right? We're the Hebrew Israelites. We come out week in and week out. We prophesy the death, downfall, and destruction of this place known as America. But first and foremost, we want to give all praises, all honor, all glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakah, Qudash.
We're out here for you so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics to your true heritage, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man. We're only out here for the 12 tribes of Israel, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics, man. Everything you've been taught about the scriptures, everything you've been taught about the Bible is a lie, man. Esau has lied, man. Everything that the so-called white man has told you has been a lie. The heritage has been hidden from you. Your knowledge, the name of your true power, man. The Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahweh. The only begotten Son, who the word inwardly called Jesus Christ. His name is Yahweh Shai. And he put us out here to warn you of the things that are coming to this place, man. And if you don't turn back to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, you're going to be put to death.
Out of the book, Hosea 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Destroyed for lack of knowledge, says the Most High, man. You know, and who are his people, man? The so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics are the true people of the Heavenly Father, man, who the word only calls God, whose true name is Yahweh. He said his people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. What knowledge are you lacking, man? You're lacking the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures, man. You're lacking the true knowledge and understanding of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
Because you so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics reject knowledge, the Most High is going to reject you.
That's right.
You don't want to turn back and come back out of the ways of the world, man. You're following after the so-called white man, doing everything he tells you to do, or everything he deems is right in his eyes, man. He's out here promoting homosexuality. Y'all going along with the bullshit, man. You know? And all types of other wickedness Esau's promoting throughout the world, and you're falling right into what he wants you to do, man. And all that separates you from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai.
Like, for instance, look at it as like those televisions, man. It's like what is it called? Already pre-programmed, man. To pre-program you into this damn society, man. To make you think that this is how everything should be. You look around, man. So nothing but death.
So-called white man tells you it's okay to be thugs, gangsters, all that bullshit, man. This is the type of shit he pushes on our people. You fall right into his fucking hands, man. You know? He tells you it's okay to be out here committing adultery. It's okay to be out here doing drugs. Who pushes that shit, man? Esau Edom. That's why every fucking song that comes on the radio, every song that's made it, man, it's about fucking drugs, fucking some type of materialistic bullshit, getting money by any means necessary, man, even if you got to sell your soul to get it. You know, this is the type of things that Esau Edom, the so-called white man, pushes on our people, man.
Going on. Hosea 4 and 6.
I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power.
Why is he gonna you're gonna be no priest to him, man? Because you forgot this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. You know, you wanted to follow in the ways of the heathen, man. Ever since we left Egypt, you niggas have been doing the same shit over and over again, man. Following after Esau Edom, following after these other nations, man. These heathen customs, man. Got Christmas coming up, and you niggas gonna be into that shit too, man. Well, all that shit goes back to child sacrifice, man. Back to the Babylonians, you know. Yeah, there is nothing in the scriptures that tell you to go out here and put a fucking tree in your house, man. The scriptures tell you the opposite, you know. The scriptures tell you not to do that shit. The scriptures tell you not to follow in the ways of the heathen. But what do you so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics do, man? You go and follow the ways of the heathen, man. You wonder why you can't get out of the situation you're in, man. Because you don't want to come into the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You want to continue in your bullshit and your folly, following after these heathens, man. You know?
I will also forget thy children.
I will also forget thy children, man. So it's gonna be a time, man, when you were supposed to be out here getting this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. When the Most High is he's gonna let you know who the true power is, man. You got Jake out here not even believing in the Most High no more, man. Having no faith at all, man. Why? Because Esau pushes. Esau pushes that do as you will, man. That yellow spirit.
Even these millennials today, man.
Oh, they the fucking worst,
they have no belief, man.
They're the fucking worst, man. Fucking straight demons out this bitch, man.
Yeah, find it as yeah, come on. Okay, if I get this real quick.
Whatever you want to bring up, bring it up.
No, this is out of
This is out of Proverbs 19 and 20. Hear counsel and receive instruction.
Hear counsel of who, man? Hear counsel of Yahweh Shem Yahushua through the men that he set up through his spirit and power, man. This is why you have the apostles on down the great millstone out here teaching you what you need to know, man. They're give you the keys of salvation. You know? That's right, man. We ain't out here just because we want to be out here, man. We out here because the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua put us out here, man. You know, we're not doing this of our own will, man.
You know? Because here pretty soon, man, there's two types of famines, man. Two types of famines. There's going to be one with food, where you're going to be lack of food. There's going to be no more work. And there's another famine that's going to be coming. I'm going to finish this off, and then come.
That thou mayest be wise in thy later end.
That thou mayest be wise in thy later end. What makes you wise, man? These scriptures, man. This given to you by the apostles through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. It all goes back to the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua because, like I said, we're not out here of our own will, man. You know, it's prophesied that we would be out here doing this exact thing we're doing now.
What is that scripture?
This is Proverbs 1 and 20. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets.
Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the street, not in no fucking church where you all safe in a controlled environment, man. Wisdom. You gotta
accept that.
Can I take some pictures of this? Yeah, cool. Yeah. You know what? Let me tell you something. Why can't he be a Negro?
He is.
Right. I mean, I'm just saying in general. Like, why can't? Whatever. Cool. Good for you.
No, wisdom cries without, man. That's why we out here on the highways and byways, man. We're not in no controlled environment. We're not in no damn studio. We out here in the elements, in the uncontrolled environment, man. We don't know what's going to happen out here, man. You know, and this is how God wants us to be, according to the scriptures. You know? Let it out.
I'll get this one real quick.
This one's out of Mark 6 and 7. And he calleth unto him and began to send them forth by two and two.
Began to send them forth to do what, man? To push the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Heavenly Father, man.
That's right.
You know, he ain't say, oh, y'all go set up in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go set up in the church. What he did, he sent them 2 by 2 to every city, man. You go out there on the highways and byways and push the word.
Another side to it.
And he went round about,
Suck it. Wrong step.
and gave them power over unclean spirits.
No.
Gave them power over unclean spirits, man. He gave the 12 the power to cast out demons, man. You know?
get back into that. This is back into Proverbs 1 and 20.
Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets.
She uttereth her voice in the streets, man. This is why we out here, man. She uttereth her voice in the streets, man. Like I said, man, in an uncontrolled environment, man, this is what wisdom is, man. You know, this is what the Most High always put his man, man. He never put his man up in no fucking church, man. You know what I'm saying? What the Most High calls these harlot houses, man, because there's no knowledge, wisdom, or understanding in that place.
Sorry, he stepped over that. I didn't mean that.
It's all right. Verse 21, she crieth in the churches, a place of concourse.
She crieth in the chief place of concourse. And where we at, man? This is like the vein of Denver right here, man. The main vein of Denver, man. 16th Street Mall, man. Out here, buses running the whole time we're out here, man. Being seen by the population, by the heathen, man. Not giving a fuck because we're out here through the spirit of fire, how about Shemal Shah, doing as we were commanded.
That's right.
Giving you this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. According to the scriptures, not according to the hearts of men.
That's right, man. A lot of people like to get their emotions towards this, man. I was talking to somebody at my workplace about that too. Because he started talking about. He's like, man, I don't like trying to talk about like religion at work or whatnot. He's like, I already know people get their feelings hurt and everything. I was like, yeah. I was like, honestly, when we go week in, week out, we don't wrap our emotions around this, man. You know?
Ain't no need to, man. Because at the end of the day, what the fuck your emotions gonna like? What is that gonna solve, man? You being emotional.
Man,
Because at the end of the day, the Most High is gonna do what he said he was gonna do anyway, man.
Yep.
So why get emotional?
That's right. Last camp, man, we saw this emotional ass nigga down the street, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Jesus Christ and shit.
Yeah, man. And you could tell that he was getting emotional, man. Angry, sad.
Ain't no need for us to be emotional, man. Because like I said, if we don't come out here and do what Yahweh Shemal Shah told us to do, man, we gonna be put to death. Ain't no emotions involved, man. We're doing what the Heavenly Father want us to do, man. You know?
Yeah, I got this out of Matthew.
This is Matthew 18 and 20. But where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them.
Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am in the midst of them, man. So Yahweh Shai is out here with us right now, man. Yahweh Shai and the angels, man. You know?
Showing you the real definition of church, man. You know, going back into that Proverbs 1 and 20. We're on the chief concourse, man.
And that goes back to faith is a thing not seen, man. Roughly paraphrasing, you know. We have faith through the scriptures, man. We have hope through the scriptures, man. You know.
I'm gonna go on Proverbs. I'm gonna start back up on 21.
She crieth in the chief place of concourse.
She crieth in the chief place of concourse. Not in, like I said, man, not in these church buildings, not in these fucking super. Ain't no wisdom in there, man, because they're not giving you the truth of the scriptures, man. They going off of Esau's watered down, whitewashed doctrine, man.
Where are you gonna find those unclean spirits, man?
In the fucking churches, man. I remember, like back in the day, you should go to church and get a woman. Man, now we come to the truth, man. That's the worst place to go get a bitch from.
That's a trap right
I
there.
already get a bitch from the club. I already go to the club and get a bitch. To the church, man.
Going on, it says,
In the openings of the gates.
The openings of the gates, man. You know, entrances of the cities, man. You gotta,
In the city, she uttereth the words.
in the city, she uttered the words, man. We're surrounded by buildings, man. We're in the midst of the city, man. We're in the midst of the city, man. The middle of the city. And it's a whole bunch of foot traffic out here, man. So everybody is seeing us. We're being seen by the masses, man. We're not hiding our faces like the KKK, like some pussies, man. We're out here letting our face be known, and we on camera streaming live, man. Letting you know what we're here doing the work of Yahweh Shemel Shah with no fear, man.
Truth and sincerity, man.
You know,
Charity.
the KKK claim to be so bad, but these motherfuckers always wearing hoods, man. You know, because it's of man. You know, this is not of man, man. This is of the Father, man.
That's funny.
That's right.
The KKK, man, be trying to hide them faces with those hoods like you were talking about, brother. But you know, we out here to pull that hood right up off of them and show them who that damn wicked one is, man. Going on.
In the city she uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones?
How long were you simple ones, you so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics, man? Because like I said when we first opened up, these scriptures are for you. They're not for the whole world, man. They're only for you so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics, and you confusion of face, who are scattered amongst the heathen, man.
Will ye love simplicity?
How long will you love simplicity, man? Esau kingdom is a simple, base man kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying? Once you get the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scripture, man, you understand that his kingdom is base, man. It's low. Look at all the shit that's promoted here, man. Homosexuality, man. Transgenderism. Fucking, what else, man? Eating abominable foods, man. And the scriptures are clearly against all of that, man. You know? Let you know that the base man is in power, man. Because who in their right mind would go eat a fucking a dirty ass, nasty ass pig, man? Who gonna eat some nasty ass shrimp? Shrimp that's all they do is eat shit all day, man. Bottom feeders, man. But you go to the fucking grocery store, what's in the freezers, man? In the seafood section, a fucking whole fucking freezer full of shrimp, man. Dirty ass bottom feeders, man. Let you know this kingdom is base, man. This kingdom is on a low vibration, man. You know, you ain't gonna see none of that shit in the kingdom of heaven, man. The shrimp gonna be where they supposed to be at, doing what they supposed to do, man. They natural order, and the pig, the swine is gonna be doing his natural order, man. Ain't nobody gonna be out here eating no fucking whole rack of ribs in the kingdom, man.
That's right, man. Okay, I'm gonna get this real quick. Just back up what you just said.
This is out of the book of Jeremiah 49 and 18. As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah.
As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, man, what was totally laid flat. Why? Because it promoted homosexuality. No, it's all types of wickedness, man. And what does this kingdom do, man? Commit the same sex as Sodom and Gomorrah, man.
Oh, they practice the same things, man. Those cities of old, man. You could see, you know, just through the spirit, you can understand that this is still through the spirit is Sodom and Gomorrah, man.
This place might be even worse than Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Because your beloved 44th president, Barack Hussein Obama, promoted fucking same-sex marriage in all 50 states, man. He pushed that shit. And you niggas love him, man. Following in the ways of the heathen, man. You got it, huh?
As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbors thereof, saith the Most High, no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it.
That's a future prophecy, man. That's prophesying about Babylon the Great, man, aka America. Why? Because it promotes the same wickedness that Sodom and Gomorrah did, fucking times 50, man.
Just even showing you too that this place is going to be destroyed just as Sodom and Gomorrah,
Just
man.
as Sodom and Gomorrah, man.
So if you're going to pipe on, if you're going to pipe onto this nation, man, hold on to these customs that they push forth, man, you're going to go down into the pit with them, man.
We're addressing you so-called Negroes and American Hispanics, man. We give two fucks about these heathen, man. Because at the end of the day, this is only for you. So, can you read that one more time? But I last part one more time? Because if you don't believe the Bible is true, man, you can go on YouTube and look up where archaeologists have went over there where Sodom and Gomorrah was and found fucking sulfur balls, man. From when the Most High rained fire and brimstone and totally wiped that place out, man. It's over there on the coast of the Dead Sea, man. You know? Laid flat, ashes, man. Fucking ashes. Exactly how America's gonna be, man.
Going back to Jeremiah 49 and 18. as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, no man shall abide there.
No man shall abide there, man. It's gonna be totally desolate, man. Just like as in Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Can't nobody dwell in that land, man. It's gonna be the same way here, man. Because of the wickedness they promote, and they got you fucking Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics, man, following them same ways, man. You niggas are some of the biggest faggots, man.
Neither shall a son of man dwell in it.
Neither shall the Son of Man dwell in it, man. Man, you know this place is gonna be laid flat. For all you people who love so-called America, man, this place is gonna be wiped out by 200 million nuclear missiles, man.
That's right.
200 million nuclear missiles, man, burnt the fuck up for all the wickedness committed in this place, man.
I'm gonna grab
This is out of Revelations 11 and 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Their dead bodies shall lay in the street, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, man. Talking about you so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics. You know, spiritually you're dead, man. You out here walking around, niggas out here on the corner smoking weed, standing in front of the shoe store, not doing shit. Spiritually dead, man. Following the ways of Esau, being faggots, eating shrimp, pork, crab, lobster, man. Committing adultery, man. All types of shit, man. Oh, I ain't got no problem with faggots, man. Don't do shit to me, man. Fuck all that, man. Stop consenting onto these fucking devils, man. You know, you're spiritually dead out here, man. In this place, spiritually known as what? Sodom and Egypt. Why is it Sodom, man? Because of the wickedness, the abominable sexual activity that they promote in this place, man. It's Egypt because we're still in bondage in this place, man. All these pyramids and fucking obelisks all over this country. This is why this place is Egypt, man. And the modern day Pharaoh is the president of the United States, man.
Hey, somebody has to fulfill this prophecy, man.
God.
So y'all people walking around enjoying your little life daily thing, man. You might be those dead bodies.
God.
Since going on, but also our power was crucified.
This is how our power was crucified, man. This is how Yahweh was crucified when they put this image up. Now, who did this? Who put up this image, man, and said this was the Messiah, man? Ammon didn't do this. Moab didn't do this. Ham didn't do it. You know? Esau, Edom did it, man. The so-called white man put this image up, man. And let the whitewashing begin, man. Because ever since then, these so-called white people think the Most High and his only begotten son is a so-called white man. It's a fucking lie, man.
I'm gonna finish this off real quick, and I'm gonna get us up that backs up what you just said right there.
This is out of Revelations 11 and 9. And there are the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and half, Slakia, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
That's going, man. I'll read one time. People, kindreds, nations, and tongues. That's Israel, man, scattered throughout the 4 winds, mainly here in America, man. 350 stands for the truth, man.
We were your help. Yeah, we were your help. No, man. It's madness right there, man.
350 years, man. 350 plus years, man. We were out here dead to who we were, man. How about you shall put the spirit on his men to raise them back up, to bring us back to our heritage, man.
That's right.
You know?
You want me to go back into this one more time? We'll grab
Jeremiah 49 and jump up a little bit on verse 10. But I have made Esau bare.
Who is Esau Edom, man? Esau Edom is the so-called white man, according to the scriptures, man. All evidence points to Esau Edom being the so-called white man. Everything lines up with Esau Edom being the so-called white man, you know. through the scriptures, man, through the spirit of fire, it has been revealed unto us that the so-called white man is Esau, Edom, man. They are the Edomites according to the scriptures.
That's right. I have uncovered her secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled.
How is Esau being uncovered, man? First and foremost, by us knowing that these so-called white people who have placed that label on themselves are the Edomites, man. This is how he's being made bare, man. All his fucking world domination plans, his fucking new world order, his fucking secret societies, man. The Most High is pulling the veil back on these motherfuckers, man.
Always reminds me of, what is that? Wizard of Oz?
Okay, I put it. You know? It's like Esau's being revealed, man. For the fucking perverted, homosexual, fucking demon that he is, man.
Okay, you gotta get off YouTube now. This shit is never gonna
His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbor, and he is not.
His seed is spoiled. Brother, his neighbor or not, man. Who was Esau's brother at one point, man? Jacob. Jacob was Esau's brother at one point, man. But what happened, man? That covenant was broken when Esau Edom helped every time a nation came against Israel, you had Esau Edom in the background, causing more destruction, man. Burning down the temples, man. Oh, that's not good.
I'll just get verse 10.
This is Obadiah 1, verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob,
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob,
shame shall cover thee.
shame shall cover thee, man. And they can't get past, man, the slavery of the so-called Negro, Native American, and Hispanic in this place, man. That's a hump that these people can't get over, man.
Throughout the whole scripture, man, it condemns freaking Esau, man.
God.
So I mean, hey, man, I don't blame him, man. I mean, if I was an Edomite, man, I'd be like, man, that's not me.
Yeah.
You know, and you see Edomites, man, they try to play that card, man. They want to be the last samurai. They want to be everybody but who he really is, man. Sorry about that. You have a question?
Nah, bro. I know the truth, man. Just saying shalom, coming by to see what y'all talking about.
You heard of GMS?
Yeah, I heard of GMS. Heard of IUIC?
Yeah, we've heard of IUIC. Yeah. Oh yeah, they go off quite a bit, man.
Yeah, man.
IUIC.
They ain't got the truth, man. IUIC ain't got the truth, man.
They got the basics. They got the basics. They teach you the laws. All right, they
that's
teach
all
you
I
who the
care
tribes
about
are.
is keeping the law.
But it goes deeper than that, man. It goes deeper than keeping the laws. You can't make your way to the kingdom by only keeping the laws.
That's not what Ecclesiastes 12 and 13 says.
Hey, well, it's right. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. That's the duty of man.
That's the whole duty of man, bro. So what is there other than keeping the law?
Go get it. All right. Go to Con. Yeah.
Hang on, let me turn this joint off, man.
We'll jump into the book of
I got my Bible. Hold on.
the book of Galatians too.
I got my sword,
Galatians everywhere. It's all right, man. You know, we're all trying to find salvation at the end of the day.
At the
You
end
know,
of the day,
so Lord willing, you know, you'll be able to receive. All right, what we're breaking down here. And you know, that's not up to us to make that happen, man. It's ultimately up to the Most High. We got 5 brothers within our camp that were once that were once affiliated with IUIC, but the Most High quickened them, man, to understand.
Who y'all with?
GMS
GMS?
in Millstone.
Where y'all going?
I got the book of Galatians open right now. We'll jump down to chapter 5, Galatians 5. You have a minute, brother, to find what you're grabbing. Balance within this thing, man. Just keeping the laws ain't gonna get you to the kingdom. Okay, there's the elect, man. They're gonna have the faith. They're gonna have the laws. They're gonna have the works. All right, you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
All right.
Galatians 5 and what?
Galatians 5, and we'll start at 1. It says, "Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty wherewith Hamashiach has made us free, and be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage." Right? Be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage, being brought back into the world, or being catching yourself. So you're trying to get to the kingdom by the law. Okay, the law is the center of the gospel. It is. It's the center of the gospel.
Yeah, but that's not what that says. It says be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage. That means going back into or coming out of the law.
The question is, what were the Galatians doing? The Galatians, they were solely just trying to get to the kingdom following the law, and it'll break that down as we continue going. And that's why he's jumping on him. He's like, "Hey, look, man, there was a Messiah for you guys. You don't gotta jump on him and tell him, hey, you gotta go circumcise your rod. It's about the faith. Faith comes first, okay? Because what causes you to follow the law is having faith. All right. It says, "Behold, I Paul say unto you that if ye be circumcised, Hamashiach shall profit you nothing." Right. So part of the law is being circumcised, right? Your rod being circumcised. So he's saying if you're circumcised, that don't profit you a damn thing. And this goes back into the book of Matthew where John the Baptist, he told the Pharisees and Sadducees, remember he told them, he said, who warned you wicked serpents to flee from the wrath to come? And he said, and don't think to say that you're of the children of Abraham, that'll save you, but it's the Most High can raise out of a rock the seed of Abraham. All right, you have to have that faith that you're going to be delivered, and you do have to follow the law to the best of your ability. But it's not just the law. That's not what the
understand
gospel
the
is.
faith, because that's what saved the people when they looked up on the serpent in the wilderness when the serpents was biting.
That's right.
Biting the people. They looked up on the serpent. That's where at hospitals, when they have that symbol on the hospitals, that's where that comes from.
Yep.
You know. So yeah, I understand about faith, but faith is part of the law.
All right, how many laws is it?
There's 600 and some laws.
So can you keep all 613 laws?
Yeah, you can be perfect.
Can you?
Yeah.
So you can be perfect in this flesh.
You can be perfect.
What is your shirt made out of?
Huh?
What is your shirt made out of?
Yeah, it's not 100%.
It's not 100%. So you're breaking the law now, right? So you're not? You're breaking the law now, right?
But the point is to keep the law to the best of your ability.
Yes, the best of your ability.
That's what we're saying.
That's right.
You can't keep those.
Because what is the book of Proverbs saying? No man is just and sinneth not. There ain't no man upon the face of the earth that doesn't sin. That doesn't give you justification to sin. That's why I was telling you in that first verse too, not to return back in it, because it's not just returning back and saying you can follow the law and get to the kingdom that way. And it's also
says, oh, I'm sorry, man.
It's also not just going back into the world either, you know. And so you can't justify your flesh by saying, oh, because also in the book of Galatians it tells you, here, we'll go ahead, we'll jump to it real quick. Just paraphrasing so much. Galatians chapter 2 and verse 18. Actually, we'll go verse 17. It says, you ready?
Yep.
It says, but if while we seek to be justified by Hamashiach, right, because there was a sacrifice for us, it says, we ourselves also are found sinners. So if we're trying to be justified by him, then we're admitting that we're sinners. Right? Otherwise there would be no Messiah. If we could be perfect in the law, there would be no Messiah. There would be no New Testament. It says is therefore Hamashiach, the minister of sin, Yahweh forbid. Because that's what then you got the Christian church. Oh, there was a sacrifice. We can do whatever we want. There ain't no law. Let's go eat some catfish right after communion. And so there's a balance in between. Because you got people that just specifically are just all about the law. Which it's good. The law is the base. It's the roots. It's the foundation.
Hebrews 10
but it goes
that,
deeper.
Though.
Yep.
Verse 10 kills that. So
And so then you got all the way on the other hand, they're trying to use the Messiah, all right, Yahweh Shai, as a justification for their flesh, for them to be wicked, for them to be go pop this dude's wife and then go back and ask forgiveness.
right.
But we'll read this next verse. It says, "For if I build again the things which I destroyed, I make myself a transgressor." Right. So building that old man that we casted off, going back into the old things that we used to do, we're making yourself a transgressor by doing so. Now I want to jump to the next point, which is the name.
What?
The name Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. 'Cause I've talked with a lot of members of IUOC. A lot of them believe in that name, but they just don't teach it. And
I don't know, because Bishop teaches us that it's not in the name. You know what I'm saying? The name. This was just a translation for what we could understand. You know what I mean? So if you go to Africa and you're a Hebrew in Africa, and all you understand is African, you ain't gonna say Christ, but you're gonna say whatever you can understand in
that's
African.
right. So what is the name then?
You know what I'm saying?
What's your name?
My name is Alfonso.
Alfonso. So if
My
somebody
Hebrew
calls
name
you
is Ariel Sarat.
okay, so if somebody calls you Alfonso in the African tongue, you ain't gonna know what they're talking about. But the elect, man, they're gonna seek diligently these things, especially the name. Okay, and you have yourself. Sorry, what was your Hebrew name?
Ariel Sarat.
Ario Sarah.
Yeah.
Ario Sarah. So you have a Hebrew name, but then they teach you not to call upon the Most High's Hebrew name. And this is Acts 4 and 12. I'll wait for you to jump over there. And this is just for the edification, man, of the brothers watching, and you.
What is it? 4 and what?
4 and 12.
Go ahead.
It says, "Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved." Right? There ain't no other name. So you come up. My government is Dylan. All right. In the Spanish tongue, there is no pronunciation of an L, so they call me Dian. Somebody walks by say Dian, I ain't gonna know who they're talking about. Matter of fact, if I'm the Most High, I'm gonna be pissed off. The law. Don't take his name in vain, right? No matter what you call him, that's.
But there's also a scripture that says he's going to know his name. He's going to give us his true name in when he returns. Revelations.
He's already given us his name.
We ain't Revelations. That hasn't happened
Let's
yet.
get it. I'm gonna get it now. I know what you're talking about. Revelation 19.
Can I pull this up?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Psalms 30 and 4. Yeah, Psalms chapter 30 and 4. Sing unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, O you saints of his, and give thanks at the remembrance of his holiness. This might be the one. It's like Proverbs 14.
Let me just turn this light. All right, so this is we're jumping to Revelation 19. Just going to grab this precept.
It's Proverbs 30 and 4. Who have ascended up into heaven, or descended? Who have gathered the wind in his fist? Who have bound the waters in a garment? Who have established all the ends of the earth? What is his name? What is his son's name?
Right.
If thou canst tell.
Right, so it's the Most High giving us the text. What's his name and what's his son's name if you could tell? Because what does the book of Hosea say? He reveals his secrets to the saints. So they're going to be able to understand these secrets and these dark sayings. But this is Revelation 19. We'll go down to verse 11 and hit the main point. It says, "And I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him is called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doeth judge and make war." Right, and that's being the Messiah, right? Coming on that white horse, the horse represents power. White represents purity, okay? So he's coming to judge and make war. Going on, verse 12, it says, "His eyes were as a flame of fire, and his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself." Okay, so that word name goes into a title. Okay, so a lot of people, they'll be like, "Oh, he has many names." No, he has many titles. He has one name, but many titles, right? The Lamb, the Lion, the King of Kings. Those ain't his name. Those are just his titles. Like if I was gonna say, I'm gonna go make a name for myself. that doesn't mean I'm gonna go. People are gonna start calling me Bob because that's what I want to be called. It means I'm gonna go make myself a reputation. So there's something that he was gonna do that was gonna give him that new reputation. And as we read on, it'll break down what it is. It says, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of Power. So what is it? Is it the Word of Power? Is it the name that we didn't know what it was going to be? That's another reputation. That's another title. He's coming in the Word of the Heavenly Father, just like in ancient times in Rome. He say, "Yeah, I'm gonna send my duke." That's what a duke was, the guy that will go in the Word of the King, the name and the Word of the King. That's what.
Okay, but the Word is the law, bro. The Word is the law. If you go to
See, you keep trying to jump back to the law, though. That's not the point. The point is that that's a title. That's not his name. So now you're saying his name is the law.
right, Christ is the law.
His name isn't the law. That's a title. That's a title, and it's not Christ. Here, look at. I want you to check this sign out, bro. It says, "Concordance of Roman Emperor Hadrian refers to Alexandrian worshippers of Serapis, calling themselves." Christ goes back to calling themselves Christians and bishops of Christ. Hadrian to Servanius, 134 AD, quoted by Giles. It says, "Egypt, which you calmly or commended to me, my dearest." So this is Serapis Christus. And this is the picture that they have of so-called Christ. It says, "I have found to be holy, fickle, and inconsistent, and continually wafted." Grab 2 Maccabees 6:6. It says, "Out," or 6:1, "out by every breath of fame. The worshippers of Serapis here are called Christians, and those who are devoted to the power of Serapis, I find, call themselves bishops of Christ." Right, that's what that word Christ goes back to, is Serapis. Look it up, and we're gonna get the breakdown of it in the Apocrypha. 2 Ezra 6:1. Yeah, go ahead, grab the precept, and we'll grab that 6:1 word, and it breaks down this image.
This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 21. "And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. And ye should be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved." So you're gonna be hated for the true name of Yahweh Shai, man. Not Jesus Christ, man. That's not the true name. 2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse 1. "Not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers, and not to live after the laws of the Most High."
So this is what those Grecians was doing. I'm sure you're familiar with the book of Maccabees.
Yeah.
So the Grecians came in and they started compelling our people, the 12 tribes of Israel, to leave the commandments, to leave the ways of their father, leave their pedigrees. Go ahead.
"And to pollute the temple, and to pollute also the temple in Jerusalem."
Right, the temple where we serve the Most High. They also polluted it. That's the abomination of desolation. The Christians don't know that because they don't believe in the Apocrypha.
Right.
Go ahead, brother.
"And to call it the temple of Jupiter Olympus."
Right, Jupiter. So then they called it the temple of Jupiter Olympus. So they came and they took our temple and they put up some white images, some white messiahs, some white saviors, and it's going to break down what these gods, because they had all these different
Same
deities
thing
and
they
gods.
did today.
Exactly, and it goes back to here. Because this was Serapis. This was during the time of the Grecians'
Let me
power.
take a picture of
Ptolemy.
that. Let me take a picture of that for study.
Yeah, go ahead. And go
Will
ahead.
you hold it up so I can?
Yeah.
"And that Angarism of Jupiter the defender of strangers, as they did desire that dwelt in the place."
Right. So they put up those white images, those white powers, those white gods, and their title was the defenders of strangers. So not only did they go put their images up and say that the Most High is a so-called cracker, but he's going to defend you because you're the strangers. So that's when our people started falling into this, calling themselves Christians and Christ, which Christ is a Greek word. you know, he was a Hebrew, so that's why when I was reading, I said Hamashiach, you know. What's up, brother? Yeah, now go ahead and jump to I want to get on the next point too. One of the other things with IUIC and the multiple wives.
Yeah, but the precepts are supposed to define precepts. It's supposed to. So far, it hasn't defined to me clear to why. Like, if we don't say this name, you know what I'm saying? We're in sin.
It said there's only one name where you could be saved.
I read in Matthew
6,
10 and 21 and 22.
You should be persecuted for my name's sake.
Right.
What name is that? It's not Jesus Christ, man. That's a false name.
Ain't nobody's being
given
persecuted for
by
no Christ.
Esau, man.
If any people out here hear Christ, then they'll start, oh, Christ.
If
Is that what I just heard?
in the name of
Christ?
Christ,
Oh, my God.
we'll be
Oh,
like
let me get some
IUIC,
grape
we're all
juice. I know you got
different.
juice.
Because we come in the name of Christ. Right?
Yep.
So what did IUIC tell you about Mark of the Beast?
Mark of the Beast is keeping the business of Esau. So in the right hand,
In a
that's the
sense.
handshake,
Go ahead
and
jump
in
to it,
the
brother.
in the forehead, that's the keeping of his ways, his laws.
So my question is then, if I went to go shake this Edomite's hand down the street, then I have the mark of the beast.
Now, when you make a deal with somebody, what's the first thing they do?
Shake your hand.
They shake their hand, right?
Yep.
That's the mark, because you're conforming to his ways.
So what you're saying is you couldn't repent from that. You can't go and buy or sell after that. I couldn't
No.
go buy a burrito after I made
what I'm saying is, there's going to come a time where we're not going to be able to do business unless we conform to Esau's ways completely. You know what I mean? We haven't gotten there yet. We're still on our way to that point. And I'm not as adept in the scriptures as some of my brothers are. You know what I mean? But I know they can break it down to you. In fact, I could make a phone call right now and these guys will break it down, man.
We've seen them out here a few times.
Yeah, they're always out here, and
They ain't always out here. We've been coming out here for a lot of years now. I've only seen them twice. One
Yeah.
time we saw you guys' whole camp over here, and when we got out here started talking, they all just left. They were out here passing out flyers, and that was something
Yeah.
that got me too. Coming out here to pass out flyers, man. We don't do that. We come out here to prophesy.
Right.
And then the next time I saw them, it was just two brothers coming out and just like with their scripture, probably grabbing random people and trying to wake them up.
I can't speak on it because I'm still learning. I'm only 2 years old as far as that goes. So, I haven't been coming out. I'm still practicing with them as far as how to come out and how to set up and how to do this and that and get good at the scriptures.
Just
you know what I'm
acknowledge
saying?
your paths, man.
Right.
Acknowledge your paths and pray for the Most High to guide you.
Right.
Because there's a lot of bugged out Israelites out there, and like I said, IUIC, man, they're going to teach you the laws, they're going to teach you the basics. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you want to get into deep prophecies, you want to get into the truth, man. Just watch some GMS videos. Just watch them. I'm not telling you got to come out here and join us, or you can call yourself whatever you want. But as long as you're of the right doctrine, man, that's what matters.
Right.
So
Yeah. I'm just trying to follow. I'm just trying to keep the law, and the Most High will guide. I believe
That's
he'll
the
guide me
base.
from there.
That's the base. That's
You know
where
what
it
I'm saying?
starts. It's keeping the law, but it goes deeper.
Yeah. And so Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, that's my favorite verse, man.
Hey, it's a beautiful verse.
You know what I'm saying?
Let all these people out here, man, ain't none of them are men, because they ain't doing the duty of men.
Right. Right. Exactly. So
Little boys having little boys, and then just get prepared for the fire. It's like, what you saying?
So I'm asking you, what's the mark of the beast? So you think the RFID chip is the mark of the beast?
the what?
Is the RFID chip the mark of the beast?
No,
It's not?
I don't think
Let's
so.
go. Let's just grab it, brother. Let's break it down for him.
This is Revelation 13.
You jump up a couple verses. Jump up. And
Revelation 13.
Would you
what?
mind, brothers? Forgive me, I forgot your name.
Ariel Sirach. You
Ariel
can just call me
Sirach.
Sirach, man.
Sirach, turn this sign around, please. This is going to show you the image of the beast. All right, because there's there's a difference between the image and the mark. All right. No, that's it. That's it.
You want to see that one?
Yeah. Yep. Go ahead, bro. And that's what the image of the beast is, man. It's sin.
Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
Right.
That the image of the beast should speak and caused that as many as would not worship the image of
that sin. It's the Western mind state starting over here in America that's akin to all places. Christianity, Cesare is part of that. Democracy, pollution, bloodshed, homosexuality, disorder. It's gone throughout the whole four corners of the earth.
Right. So now you got Chinese people wearing suits like white men.
Exactly. It shows that in The Last Samurai. It shows
Right.
their Eastern ways start to die. Go ahead, brother. Now it's going to get into the mark. So there's a difference between the image and the mark. Because I heard a lot of people break it down, and it's the same thing. But there's a difference with that image, and now it's going to get into the mark. Go ahead, brother. You can put that down now.
He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand.
Right. So then it
and
takes
in
the
their
next
forehead.
step. All right. My credit card. They just stopped it. They canceled my credit card. I had to get gas in the morning. Couldn't even get it. And then when I called them up, they gave me a new card with the chip in it. So that chip in there, it says everybody's gonna get this chip, okay? Small, great, free, poor, rich, and bond. Go ahead, brother.
I got a question for you. So you said it's a handshake, right? Well, it's a handshake doing business with Esau. So how does a man in prison do business with Esau?
Yeah, that's right. That's a good
He
question.
still has to purchase
How?
through working, through earning money. There might be a small wage.
So you tell me working for Esau is the mark of the beast.
No, you asked me how do they get stuff in prison? How do you purchase stuff in prison? And
Yeah, then you said about working, so I'm asking you, is working a part of the mark of the beast? Is working part of the mark of the beast?
Yeah.
Working, so you don't have a job? You have a job?
yeah.
So you're part of the mark of the beast. You got the mark of the beast right now, right? If you working, and that's what you said, right?
Well, because this is how I see it. We're in this because we broke the law in the beginning. He broke the law. She brought it to Adam. He broke the law. That's why they're in pain. They have to be in subjection to the husband the whole time. We have to labor and all of that. So that's what I mean by we have to labor. When we go to the kingdom, we ain't gonna be the ones laboring.
I understand
You know
that,
what
but I'm asking you, if you're
that's
working, are you a part of the mark of the beast?
no.
You're not?
I don't know. Tell me what your
Go ahead. Let's just break it down.
Revelation 13 and 16. He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Okay, so that word mark, that every word has a meaning. Okay. You go into of course, the scripture wasn't written in English, man. All these words, they have a meaning.
Right.
Okay, this is the Paleo Hebrew of the scripture. All right, there's the English Paleo Hebrew and the modern Hebrew. That's where you get people calling themselves Ben Yehudi and all that.
Okay, let me see the name of that book.
The name?
Your brother, you want me to hold your script?
But yeah, you see all through here. Let's go to Exodus. It's really throughout the whole scripture. The name of the Most High. But yeah, so all these right here, there it is. Every time we see the Lord in all caps, and that's what it means is Yahweh. Okay, and like I'm saying, all these different things. Now this word mark goes back to the word ragma means an incision in your skin. That's what that word mark means. An incision within your skin. Okay, so there ain't no getting around that. This mark is something they're gonna put in your skin that everybody's gonna receive. And go ahead, let's continue going now. I just wanted to get the definition of that word mark.
And that no man might buy say he had the mark.
So this thing in your hand or your forehead, it's gonna cause you to not buy or sell. They already have them in Walmart. They already have them in Walmart. You could walk up and you could just pay with the chip that's inside, with the mark.
Right, I got my phone where I can just put it up to the little thing.
Yep. What happens if you lose your phone?
Yeah.
Well, then somebody has all your information, but this mark, it ain't going nowhere. The government could track you. They have a movie called The Circle. They just came out with. See, Esau knows the truth, man. You did? Yeah, oh, well, break it down, brother, because I haven't even watched it. I just saw the preview.
The Circle.
So the circle is about a social network, and they're combining everything together. You know, from you can vote on this social network. Everything is being integrated into this one network. This is what this RFID chip is coming to. You have no privacy. You can track everything through this one thing. It keeps your heart rate, all this records, your bank accounts, everything, man.
Right.
You know, and that's what that movie was getting into, about how these elites want to control everything and keep everybody under surveillance.
Right.
You know, they want to control their property.
Is that it right there?
Basically.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it tonight.
So,
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to be humble and learn. You know what I'm saying?
You're doing good, man. And that's why I said just pray for your paths to be directed, because at the end of the day, the elect are the elect, and they're gonna find the way to the kingdom, and that's just the bottom line.
No, I've been keeping my laws. You know what I'm saying? Do you guys wear your fringes?
Yeah, we got our
Yeah,
fringes,
that's why I
but-
turned around. I thought I saw him with the fringes.
But through our day to day, our work spot, you got to wear your certain uniforms. You can't always wear your fringes. That's part of that faith.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We throw our fringes on with our garment when we come out here, and that's what matters, man. Because what we are is we're a living testimony. We're a living example to all of Israel on how they need to conduct themselves.
Yeah. Well, that's not what it says in what is it?
Let's go to Matthew 5.
Numbers 15 and 38. Numbers 15 and 38 tells us to wear our fringes throughout our generations.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But at the end of the day, man, we're in captivity.
Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put on the fringe of the borders a riband of blue. So just all day, every day, bro. Even if I'm at work, if I got to tuck them in and put another shirt over it, I still got my fringes on. You know what I'm saying?
You're not supposed to be out here wearing your fringes all day, man. That makes you a target.
And at the end of the day, what it is, man, no matter, it goes back to the faith. Okay, just because you got fringes on, isn't gonna make you delivered, man. You got to be going out to the highways and the byways.
But I'm saying that's not what this says, though. That can you precept what you're telling me?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to, be a butthead, but I'm just saying, if you can break down or precept it for me, cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're living in our captivity, man, like I was saying. But we'll go back and we'll finish off that Galatians that we were reading in earlier. Galatians, we'll jump to chapter 6 and verse 12.
Galatians 6 and 12.
Actually, 5. We'll go to 5 and 5 and 10.
5 and 10. Okay.
Let's go to 5 and 5.
5 and 5.
It says, we'll actually go to the 4th verse, right? It says, Amashayak is become of no effect unto you. Whosoever of you are justified by the law, ye are fallen from grace. Right, justifying yourself by the law. Oh man, I wear my fringes every single day. Well, that don't matter. I mean, you're supposed to wear your fringes, but you're not going to be justified by the law. Okay, and this is like just getting back into what we were getting at earlier. That ain't going to save you following the law. All right, that's how you prove your faith, is by your works. But going on, verse 4, it says, Mashayak is become of no effect unto you. Oh, that's what I just read. I'll read it. I'll keep reading. It says, whosoever of you are justified, ye are fallen from grace. For we, through the Spirit, wait for the hope of the righteous by faith. Right, by faith, man. That's what we wait for the hope of the righteousness, which is the kingdom of heaven. It says, verse 6, for in Yahushua HaMashiach, circumcision availeth anything, nor uncircumcision, but faith which worketh by love. Right, so if you got your rod circumcised, which is part of the law, or you don't have it circumcised, it don't mean a damn thing. Okay, it's the faith that proves it. We circumcise our hearts, right, our insides. We got the spirit is what we're dealing with, the inside of you. All right, then your outside begins to be polished, things like that. Because I'll tell you right now, you got 2/3 right now wearing fringes all over the world.
Right.
And they ain't gonna be delivered by their fringes.
Right. They're wearing the fringes, but they're murderers because they hate their brother.
Yeah, or whatever it is.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying?
but yet up to them and show them love before if I was at work and didn't have my fringes on. See what I'm saying? That's why we out here, man, we're spiritual judges. We don't judge off of the flesh, how you look. You know, you got. I know they like to wear the head speaker in IUIC wears the big old fancy purple garment, ganulets on, Hebrew costume, everything going on.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just saying simply, it's not of the flesh, man. I was watching the Passover. I don't know if you went to IUIC's Passover yet or anything like that.
I'm probably gonna go this year.
But I was watching the video, man. I was like, if I went over there, I would feel like I had to try to look good for people in the world. I feel like I get up, they have rap battles. You know, they just turn the whole thing into a big old party, man.
Well, yeah,
trying to go to a Hezekiah.
It's a feast.
That's a solemn assembly.
That's what the feast
It's
is
a
all
solemn
about.
assembly. We could go back to that too. Get into the Passover, because it's a solemn assembly. It's a solemn assembly of men, and the word solemn means serious. It's a serious thing. It's a scary thing. Think about in Egypt when they were putting the blood over the doorposts. Which is what we're going back to when we take part in Passover. We're hoping that angel of death will pass us over, just like it did in the land of Egypt. Think of the blood-curdling screams that I was hearing out there.
Right.
Now, of course, yeah, Hezekiah, he had a big old party, you know, but that was the time he was living in.
Right.
We're living in the time of mourning. We ain't living in the time of building up schools. We ain't living in the time of we're out here, man, to edify the elect, wherever they may be. Okay, and that's why prophecy is the main component. What did that Revelation 19, the verse before the one we were reading, it said that the will of the Most High is the spirit of prophecy. That's what we got to concentrate on, and that's something you don't see a lot of IUIC doing. They go to the law, they go to the tribes, but they don't go to the prophecy.
Christ is not going to return until the truth goes out to every corner of the earth.
That's right.
So
that's right. That's why we're out here on the highways and the byways.
Question though. Since you say that,
Well, we got you.
the name you calling on, isn't that going out to the four corners of the earth? If that was the truth, when he have come by now,
right.
so that lets you know what? That's not the true name, man.
Nope, that's right.
You know, if
Everybody knows the name Christ.
if that was the true name, man,
They knew that.
came on.
They knew that way back when, before even the Messiah was on the key. What's up, man? You got a question?
Yeah, I like what you're doing out here. Do you think I can get your number? If not, that's cool.
You could get my YouTube channel, and you can comment on there.
Yeah.
It's GMS Denver.
Okay. And I have a comment to make.
Okay.
I don't think the beast is around yet, so I don't think it's NATO, but it will be a foreign government, so I do agree with that. Soon.
Yeah, take care, man. Go ahead and comment on there. We'll go back and forth. Go ahead, brother, grab me Deuteronomy 21 and 15. All right. Because there's a few different differences that we have. All right, and one of those things, the last time I ran into a couple of IUIC members, and that was the thing that they said led them to IUIC was the multiple wives. Because we believe in multiple wives, because according to the law, it was okay. Right?
Yeah, but that not now. That was back then.
Well, it's okay. It's okay. We'll grab the breakdowns of it, brother.
Okay.
So grab.
I mean, if you can prove, like I
will.
said,
Yep.
I'm
That's
cool.
the thing about IUIC, man. Y'all pick and choose what y'all want to believe in.
No.
You say keep the laws, but when you read the law and the scriptures, oh, not now. Don't the scriptures say the Most High doesn't change, so the sons of Jacob are not consumed? Don't it say that in the scriptures?
Yeah.
Okay then, so how is it?
Yeah, we
But
understand
it
there's
says
certain things you
in the
can't do.
new. It says
Well, yeah, I know what you're talking
every man
about.
have his own
Yeah,
wife.
I know what you're talking about. We'll grab it. But we're gonna precept this to that.
Deuteronomy 22 and it's like Deuteronomy 21 and 15. If a man have two wives, one beloved and the other hated,
Right. So if the man have one wife,
two wives.
the man have two wives, one beloved and the other hated. So there's a whole law around if he hates his second wife. All right. Go ahead, brother. Just jump from there to what is that? It's either 1 Corinthians or 2 Corinthians, the 7th chapter. About the have only one wife.
I think it's 2 Corinthians, but second 5 or 7. I'm not sure.
Seven and one. Just on 7 and 1. That's not it. It's 1 Corinthians.
First,
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 1. Now concerning the things whereof he wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman. Nevertheless,
So concerning the things that the Corinthians, I want you to keep reading. Just hold it. The Corinthians were writing a letter to Paul concerning multiple wives, and he said, so now I'm breaking it down. It's good not even to touch a woman. So he's saying it's good not even to have one woman. And the reason why, look at the women out here. Look at this, man. Look at this example, Exhibit A, man. Go ahead, brother.
nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife.
Right, to avoid fornication, because then we're gonna have to want to run up in that, run up in that, run up in. Is that due? Oh, I don't know, but I don't know if she's married, but I'm trying to run up in it because I'm deprived. You know what I mean? So to avoid fornication, he's saying let brothers have a wife.
right.
Go ahead.
And let every woman have her own husband.
Right, and let every woman have her own husband. So there's an order. It's good not even to have a woman. If you have one, try to let it only be one. Because you don't mess around with the wrong one. You choose one of these ones, you end up sticking your rod in her, you get her pregnant, oh man, she just got power over your head.
Well, nowadays you end up burning with something you can't get rid of.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good point too. Then they got the diseases, man. That's a curse from Yahweh.
Right.
Go ahead, brother. So, we ain't interested in these hoes around here, man. We'll put a claim on them for the kingdom, but we're waiting for our glory in that day. Go ahead, man.
Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife unto her husband.
Right, treat him right. Go ahead, brother.
The wife have not power of her own body, but the husband. And likewise, also the husband have not power over his own body, but the wife.
So
Showing
question.
you the order.
So what we've read so far.
It'll break it down further. Just be patient. Just be patient.
Oh,
All
okay.
right. Go ahead.
Defraud you not one the other, except it be with consent for a time, that ye may give yourselves to fasting and prayer, and some together again, that Satan tempt you not for your
Stay in the spirit. Go ahead.
inconsistency. But I speak this by permission and not of commandment.
There you go. He speaks this by permission and not of commandment. He can't just be adding commandments to the scripture. He's saying, I'm saying what's better for you brothers is to not mess with any woman. And if you have any, just only have one. Go ahead, brother.
But I, 1 Corinthians 7:6. But I speak this by permission and not by commandment. For I would that all men were even as were I myself.
That's right. So he's saying, I would rather that all men were as me and don't even have a woman. Because, brothers be, oh man, a woman's fighting with me. Yeah. Oh man, I'd like to go and have a drink with you. I'd like to go and eat some food after this, but my woman's tripping. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's
the evil
distraction.
woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. So if you're righteous and you're keeping the laws, your woman is going to be in line because she's going to be righteous and keeping the laws too.
You're right to a woman's only going to be so righteous in Babylon. Man. A woman's only going to be so righteous here. She might be better than the next one, but even Judith is here today. Judith is in the Babylonian mind state though.
Right.
She ain't as pure as she was then.
Right.
Go ahead, brother. How's it going?
For I would that all men were even as I myself, but every man have his proper gift from the Most High.
Right, every man has his proper gift from the Most High. So this brother might have a wife. This brother might have two wives. That's a gift from the Most High. That's not. But it's better not to have any. Is what Paul's saying. Go ahead. So every brother has their own, and this isn't only dealing with wives. This is whatever the case might be. Every brother has his own things that he's fighting in his wife. Like a 2/3.
I'm out here on the street.
Worldly moves within it.
Downtown and taking care of some business, and I ran into
Flip it up right here, brother, so you can see comments on it. Brothers bringing out precepts or whatever. So go ahead.
Call them out.
some brotherly, yeah, they out here street.
What 7 governments is that represented?
It tells you.
Where?
Okay.
I can't find it, sorry.
It says right on the head.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
All right.
Dark.
Okay. Oh, y'all finna do something?
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and.
How does this tie into NATO, though? I'm pretty sure NATO, to be honest.
Let's go ahead and get that. Grab
Y'all pass through here, yeah.
grab Ezekiel 11. Actually, grab Hosea chapter 3, verse 1. What? Right. Go ahead, brother. Get in.
Okay.
there.
See if SJ got my shirt yet.
Start reading some stuff.
He know he's supposed to put me 2 shirts to the side. So
3 and 1.
yeah. And then
Hosea 3 and 1.
I kind of want
Then
to
say,
talk
how
to
about
you
you
later
outside
about
to
some
me?
of the stuff that's going on.
Go yet.
Tonight.
Love a woman, be loved of her friend,
All right, shalom.
yet in adulteress, according to the love of Yahweh Shemel Shai toward the children of Israel, who look to other gods and love flagons of wine.
Right, man. The children of Israel, what they did was their harlots, man. He's comparing them to a hoe, because they were going on to all these different gods, getting into all these different types of wine, man. That's the mentality that you got the average woman. And go ahead and jump back to that Corinthians now, brother, chapter 7. Pick up where you left off. Nope. That dude's one of our biggest scoffers, man.
Oh yeah.
Talking about trying to get people to jump us and stuff. Go ahead, brother.
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 8. I say therefore to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them if they abide even as I, because Paul was a eunuch. You know, Paul didn't have no wife. He didn't have time to get no wife because he was out here doing the work.
Right.
But if they cannot consent, let them marry. So if it's burning for you to have a woman, go have a woman.
Yeah, some of us just have different portions from the Most High. Some of us, if you're the elect, the Most High is going to give you what you need to sustain yourself in this place to make it to the kingdom. Okay, so for this brother, it might be he might need a woman. This brother might not need a woman. This brother might need a car. This brother might need, is going to get what they need to get there.
To sustain it.
Yep, and every brother's going to be tempted. Every brother's going to be pushed, but the elect are going to remain.
Right.
Okay, that's why the best thing to do is like he was saying, stay in the spirit, man. Stay in the spirit. We gotta, just like you brush your teeth so you don't get no cavities, man. The little bugs that you get that give you the cavities, those are the demons. All right, the cavities are you slipping up. Eventually, your teeth will fall apart and you'll die. And that's the same with. And if you're not getting your spirit brushed up every day, taking in that spiritual food, taking in what you have to, then you ain't gonna make it. So the elect are gonna get what they need. And that's really what he's saying, man. Some brothers gonna need a woman, some brothers ain't gonna need a woman, some brothers gonna need multiple women. And it's work, and it distracts you from this. But I've seen brothers, I could bear testimony to brothers within our camp that have multiple women, and they do it. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, if I accept it to where I can understand or the Most High reveals it to me, because it might not be my time to see that right now.
It might not. I mean, to me, it's clear as day. Because what did he say? I speak unto you not commandment.
Right.
But what you should do in his eyes, in Paul's eyes. Paul isn't the Most High.
Right.
He can't give a commandment. He could only
You're
ask.
saying I'm not telling you the commandments. I'm telling you from permission.
Right. Yep. But this is what you should do. And that's to have no woman at all. That's what Paul's saying. It's better to have no woman. Because go on over here, brother. And he tells you. Go ahead and start right here. And he breaks it down. He says, "Those with wives be as though you had none." So even the brothers with wives, he's saying, make sure you put her on the back burner. Yahweh Shem Yahushai and prophesying out on the highways and the byways of what comes first. And then hey, the Most High will establish your household if that's up to him. Sometimes he might cause your woman to buck up against you to the point where you cast her off like Job, just to see if you could do it. You know what I mean? Because the elect are going to endure, man. See, and look, this is what you got our people doing, man. And this is really what I feel about IUIC. Is they just got like a worldly twist. They've turned it into something that it shouldn't be.
I mean, I mean, you got to be in it. From the outside looking in, you can't really.
No, we know about IUIC. No,
We got. Like I said, there's 5 brothers in our camp that used to be part of IUIC.
Anything they do, they don't make it as an appearance of sin.
The rap videos.
Hold on.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
That's
not sin.
It's not wrong with
just come out.
That's worldly.
One of the heads of IUIC just got caught and stored in the house from one of the congregation members. Did that?
He got what?
He got caught and stored in the house from a congregation member. Did that not happen? And the 15 passenger van. Did that not happen?
No, that's not exactly what happened. What happened was he got demoted because
Who am I talking about?
you're talking about one of the bishops,
What's his name?
Bishop Knight.
Yeah. But did he not extort the house for money?
He didn't extort a house. The brother who he dealt with the house said himself that he wasn't extorted. What happened was he was demoted for being caught being out of the spirit and speaking what would you call it? Perversely, or he got caught speaking out of the spirit and talking out the side of his neck, basically. And he wasn't in the spirit. He didn't deal with the brother in the spirit, and that's why he got demoted. It wasn't because he extorted the brother. The brother said him wasn't extorted.
We could cut on that, brother. Go ahead, Matanya.
Oh, this is Galatians 3. Not under the schoolmaster. Law of the schoolmaster.
Oh,
by the law we can't be saved.
Go. Well, let's hit this first.
Come.
Go ahead.
Out of the book, Romans 12, verse 1.
I want you, brother, to grab 1 John 4 and 5.
I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice.
Right, a living sacrifice. That's what we're supposed to be doing, is presenting our bodies as a living sacrifice. That's why we're out here, man.
Right.
Go ahead,
Holy, acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service.
Right, which is our reasonable service. It's what we should be doing. Go ahead.
And be not conformed to this
Be
world.
not conformed to this world, and that's exactly what IUIC is. It's talking about the music video. I want to play just the beginning of this music video of the Purple Rain. All right, just to show you how they're conformed to the world.
That's not conforming. They're speaking scripture and they're bringing out stuff.
When did the Most High tell you to go do a rap video? He said, he did not. The Messiah said, go out down the highway.
Yeah, Purple Rain. They're all putting their names on there.
That's what it's including. Including the stop.
Hold on,
the stop sending videos.
We'll let the scriptures continue to do the talking. Go ahead, Ak. See, look, that's the thing, man. There's only one song under the heaven, man, and only the elect are going to be able to receive it. This truth is already a song. It's super fluent to bring any music in, especially rap, man. Rap is just, it's off.
But that's what our people.
That's bringing things into the world. That's exactly right.
That's what our people
That's exactly
understand.
right. That's what our people understand. So you're bringing the world into the truth.
It's not really the
We
world.
don't deal with that here.
The world talks about worldly things.
Well,
They're talking about
think
scripture.
about it like this, though. You got to think about it as just like a mixed drink. Think about it as just like, all right, we're supposed to keep it like this, right? But then if you're bringing stuff into the world, well, hey, I'm going to put some little bit of some orange juice. I'm going to put a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Then you're going to find yourself as defiled as this place, man.
Yep. Well, we'll continue going. All right, because it's what our people understand. It's what the world understands. That rap. Go ahead, brother. And I want you to hold that, or go ahead, keep reading.
And be not conformed to this world,
Right. Be not conformed to the world,
but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good, that acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh.
Right. The renewing of your mind day by day. We cast off that old man. We cast off that rap, flow, spitting 2/3, man. We're walking in the newness of life now. We're conformed to this, man. All right.
So what's the perfect will of God?
Ecclesiastes 12 and 13.
Exactly. Keeping the law. So as long as we're keeping the
That's
law.
what I'm saying, though. See, you're proving the point of where we first started. So all they deal with is the law, man. It goes deeper than that.
What prophecy do they give you at IUIC?
What do you mean? Like a prophecy. What do they break down as far as the prophecies at IUIC?
Well, I could go some lessons that I got.
I mean, this is Joel's 14.
I got group lessons that we can go through.
And just like the brother was saying about this fucking hip hop bullshit, man. The Most High did not tell nobody to go out here and do no fucking hip hop videos to try to prove out to bring out the truth. He told you to go out there on the highways and byways and push the words.
4 and 6.
Push his words, not be out here talking about no fucking rapping, man. And this is Job chapter 14 and 4. Who can bring a clean thing out of his unclean? Not one. And that's what rap is. It's an unclean.
That's why, man. Kendrick Lamar, Kendrick Lamar's gonna get destroyed, man. Kendrick Lamar has it too.
Well, he'll sell out.
Yep.
Think about it too.
You make one Israelite song, and then all the Israelites wanna go and
nobody
throw their fists up for some Kendrick Lamar.
You end up finding yourself as a tea bag with a hole in it. You end up finding all the little seeds, and you're bringing everybody.
A broken cistern. Go ahead. I'll grab that, John. The First John.
This is 1 John chapter 4 and 5. They are of the world, therefore speak they of the world.
Right, because what you said, brother, was that's what our people understand is that rap. Okay, the music, the fancy gimmicks. So they are of the world. They are of the world. The people that are trying to get the world to hear them are of the world. Read that again, brother.
John 4 and 5. They are of the world, therefore speak they of the world.
That's right, they're of
the world. Hears them.
The world's gonna hear them because they're of the world. They're damn selves. Go ahead, grab the next verse, brother. See, but we out here, man. We ain't trying. If you're of the world, man, you want to hear some rap, go to IUIC. Go ahead, brother. But the elect who might have stumbled into IUIC, man, they're gonna get funneled right to the truth. Go ahead, brother.
We are verse 6. We are of the Most High. He that knoweth the Most High heareth us.
Right.
He that is not of the Most High.
So we're of the Most High. We're of the Most High, and he that's of the Most High will hear us. We don't need no rap video to get him to hear us, because he that is not of the Most High will not hear us. So we could talk to Joe Schmo all day long. If Joe Schmo ain't the elect, man, they ain't gonna get it. They are not gonna get it. Go ahead, brother. Grab that, James.
The people, the leaders of IUIC, those are elect men.
No, they're not.
And they're following. They're
false leading. They're false leading you.
Is there tribulation coming to America?
Huh?
Is tribulation coming to America?
Exactly.
You didn't answer my question. Is tribulation coming to America?
Tribulation is here.
So did not the leader of IUIC say ain't no tribulation coming?
Did he not say that? When did he say?
He was jumping on the brothers in South America, and for getting arrested. He did a whole video on it.
IUIC
He didn't jump on.
No, we're Hebrew Israelites, man. Go ahead, brother. Grab that, James. Oh yeah, finish that off, man.
1 John 4 and 6. We are of the Most High. He that knoweth the Most High heareth us. He that is not of the Most High heareth not us.
Right.
Hereby know we the spirit of truth.
That's right, man. That's how you know the spirit of truth.
And the spirit of error.
And the spirit of error, because the spirit of error is going to be speaking to the world, and the spirit of truth is going to be speaking to the elect.
Is IUIC out here right now? On the highways and byways?
I've only seen them twice out here.
That's why they just called me. They're getting ready to be out and about, putting out flyers.
I'm surprised.
And doing the same thing
putting
you
up
guys
flyers.
are
I'm
doing.
surprised. Wait till the snow drops. They don't go out when it snows, huh?
I believe when I see it.
They really be out here.
They be taking some Israelite retreats.
I haven't been out with them yet, but I'm gonna be out too.
We go out every week, rain, sweat, sleet, and snow. Sometimes we go out multiple times a week, and we do a minimum of 3 lessons a week.
But the thing is,
which it don't matter how many you do. I'm not trying to justify it. I'm just saying, man, that you've got to be going out. Now, where do you hear that Jeremiah took a week off took a month off.
Bro,
Yeah,
I'm telling
it was
you
too-
that
it
these
was
guys
too
are out
cold.
every Sabbath. These guys are out.
I've never seen them.
when is the Sabbath?
When is the Sabbath?
Sabbath is on Saturday.
Okay, brother, go ahead and grab that. Read what you got, and then we'll get into the Sabbath now, because the
Yeah.
Sabbath isn't just
I
on
only got-
Saturdays.
I
You know,
got Friday night sundown to Saturday night sundown. That's how we.
Sabbath just ended.
That's how we.
Well, get it. Let's finish this verse so we're not getting out of order.
And then
Go ahead,
I'm being charged for that, so I don't want to stay too much longer, bro. Because
Well, you could stop it wherever it is. I've rode those before.
I don't want it to get fined or some stupid stuff.
Yeah,
like
you
that.
could stop it wherever it is, man. Go ahead, bro.
It's out of the book, James 4, verse 6. But he grace.
Right. No, James 4 and 6. 4 and 6. Oh, 4. Select 4 and 4.
It's out of the book, James 4, verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with Yahweh?
Right. There you go again, man. The friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High. All right. The music videos, the rap songs. He ain't coming for 144 coons, man. He ain't coming for 144 thugs. Go ahead, brother.
Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of Yahweh.
Right, right. Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is what? An enemy to Yahweh, man. Is made Yahweh's enemy, the Most High's enemy.
So if they're speaking scripture and telling the world that, hey, you're wrong if you're not keeping God's laws and such, that's not being of the world, because there's
nothing wrong with speaking scripture, but there is something wrong with taking something out of the world and saying, oh, let's make this something that's part of us, even though it's part of the world. Isn't that the same? That's the same excuse people use for Christmas. Oh, well, we're not using it to celebrate the pagan gods. We're using it to, we're celebrating his birth, even though we know it's not on that day. That's the same thing, man. Same exact thing. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother. You got a set? Con, I got one after you.
All right, so this is so keeping the laws is gonna get you saved. Is what you're saying? When the Messiah come back, you kept the laws your whole life, or started keeping the laws and kept all the laws perfectly, you're gonna be saved, right?
According to what I've read.
This is Galatians chapter 3, verse. What should I start at? I'm gonna say 18. Galatians chapter 3, verse 18. For if the inheritance be of the law, you know what the inheritance is, the kingdom of heaven, all that.
Right.
It is no more of promise, but the Most High gave it to Abraham by promise. Wherefore then serveth the law. It was added because of transgressions, till the seed should come to whom the promise was made. And it was ordained by angels in the hand of a mediator. Now a mediator is not a mediator of one, but of the Most High. But the Most High is one. Somebody Yahweh Shai and the Heavenly Father. Is the law then against the promise of the Most High? Yahweh forbid. For if the law had, for if there had been a law given, which could have given life, verily righteousness should have been by the law. Let you know, man, you can't be righteous by keeping the law, because you can't keep the laws 100% perfect.
Right, right. Otherwise, we would have never been over here in Babylon.
Yeah. You can't keep the laws 100% perfect.
It says, is the law then against the promises of God? God forbid.
Right.
So it's saying that, it's saying, hell no, it's not against God.
Against the
It's
promises.
Not,
Yeah, it's not against the promises. You gotta follow the law to the best of your ability, but that ain't what saves you.
That's not gonna save you, man. That's why it says, man, verily righteousness should have been by the law. But the scripture said,
Right, which word verily means truly. So truly righteousness would have been by the law, but the scriptures say, go ahead.
but the scripture have concluded all under sin that the promise by faith of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach must be given to them that believe.
Right, right. It must be given to them that believe.
But before faith came, we were kept under the law, shut up unto the faith.
That's right. That's where it started, was the law. But that's how you would get to the kingdom. That's how you would live, is by only the law. But when you broke that law, you'd be put to death. But now there's something called faith. And how do we have that faith? Because there's been a sacrifice. Most High requires blood at every sin. That's why when you go into the book of Hebrews, it breaks it down. At every sin, he requires blood. That's why Moses would sprinkle the blood and sacrifice the animals, is because somebody sinned. But now there's that sacrifice. That sacrifice is going to cover up the elect. That blood is going to cover up them. And the two cover up their own selves.
But check this out. Wouldn't it make sense that you would have to have faith in order to keep the law? Otherwise, why would you keep the law?
Yeah, it's a balance. Like I'm saying, it's a balance. But it's not just the law. So we're trying to get you to understand.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, go ahead. No, he ain't okay. But I do want to hit this lunar moon thing too. We got the brothers watching.
But the scripture have concluded all under sin, that the promise by faith of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach might be given to them that believe. But before faith came, we were kept under the law, shut up unto faith, which should afterwards be revealed. Wherefore the law was our schoolmaster to Hamashiach, that we might be justified by faith. But after that faith is come, we are no longer under a schoolmaster. We're not meaning that we're not supposed to keep the law, but we're not supposed, you know what I'm saying? We're not holding that the laws. That's not what we're doing, man. That's what the scriptures tell you not to do. Because if that's the case, you send to hell with the Messiah. If you keep the laws, you're gonna be saved. The Messiah came because we couldn't keep the laws 100% perfect. So now it's going to faith, having faith in the Messiah, having faith in Yahweh Shai. You know? Wherefore the law was our schoolmaster to bring us to Hamashiach, that we might be justified by faith. But after that faith is come, we are no longer under a schoolmaster. So we're not held up under the law as we were in the ancient times, you know? But we still try to keep it to the best of our ability, even though we're in captivity. For ye are all children of the Most High by faith in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. For as many of you have been baptized in Hamashiach, have put on Hamashiach, there is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither bond nor free, there is neither male nor female, for ye are all one in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. And if ye be Yahweh Shai's, then are ye Abraham's seed, heirs according to the promise. So the laws, man, is not going to get you saved, man. What's going to get you saved is believing on Yahweh Shai, believing on the Messiah.
Can I read a very basic scripture that kind of not goes against it, but it kind of proves what I'm trying to say? And that's Hosea 4:6. Says, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children.
But didn't I just read where it says, before Yahweh Shai came, the law, meaning that we were up under the law, hidden. So like the brother said, when we broke a law, we had to sacrifice. Can we sacrifice now?
No.
No, right?
No.
So that's why Yahweh Shai came.
Okay, but he came to be rid of the law of sacrifice. All the other laws we still come under.
It says if you break one of these commandments, you break all of them, man. So you, with this fabric shirt, you breaking all the laws right now. We breaking all the laws right now. That's why we have faith in Yahweh Shai.
Oh, okay.
You cannot keep the laws 100% perfect, man. There's no possible way we can keep the laws 100% perfect right here, right now, man. Not in these bodies, not in this captivity, man. That's why Yahweh Shai had to come, so we can have faith and belief on Him.
Yep, that's
so
right.
We can be redeemed.
That's what the gospel is. That's what the good news is. And the reason why it's good news is because we fell off, but He had mercy on us.
But you think we want to keep the laws?
So there's a New Testament.
Right.
We want to, but we can't here. That's what the Messiah is for, man.
That's going to be in the kingdom. That's why it tells you in the book of Hebrews that then we're going to be able to follow the law perfectly.
That's what the Most High
because it's
said
going to be
he
written in our hearts.
That's the spirit God.
Con. Go ahead, I can
You
grab
just
that.
need a
Seth.
little more. Pray for some patience, bro. Don't go off. I'm trying to. You know what I'm saying?
It's about the fire, man. Because I'm trying to get you to realize it's not about the law, man.
Yeah, but I'm not over here going
Yeah,
off
I
on you or nothing. No,
understand.
I'm trying to hear what you got to say.
I'm just
You
letting
just
you
be
know,
like, no, this nigga. No, man. Come on, man.
I can work on that. You know what I'm saying? I can work on that.
Go ahead. I grab that Seth. Let's get on the. He's going to get this Seth, and we're going to break down the Sabbath. All right, because the calendar that we have now today isn't the right calendar.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead,
have the
brother.
Hebrew calendar from back in the day.
This is 1 Thessalonians 3:7. Therefore, brethren, we were comforted.
Meaning comforted is to admonish, comfort, and call.
First Thessalonians what?
What
So
is
we're
that? Call
called.
it out again.
Oh, this is 1 Thessalonians 3:7.
Go ahead.
Therefore, brethren, we were comforted over you in all our affliction and distress by your faith. For now we live, if ye stand fast in the Most High. For what thanks can we render to Yahweh again for you, for all the joy wherewith we joy for your sake before our power.
You know, just going landing back on what that brother was talking about. You know, is that once he comes back and we get those new bodies and everything, that's something that we can be joyful about. You know, we're getting back into having that faith. Is by your faith. For now we live, if ye stand fast in the Most High. So just going back to what that brother was even talking about, just believing, believing in the name, believing in the Most High. That going to the hold the commandments to the best of your ability. But like the brother was talking about, the commandments aren't going to save him.
Right.
But believing in the Most High and having that faith that you're doing the best of your ability, then that might be.
Yeah, but this is what I'm getting at, bro. And correct me if I'm wrong. But having faith, I had faith, strong faith before I found out about the truth. So a bunch of, you can go to my mom's church who's under a Christian female pastor right now.
But the thing is,
She's gonna go to hell. She's not following the law. She's under a Christian, a female pastor.
Hey, man.
They're not keeping any laws.
Towards the end of the day, we ain't here to save all of Israel.
Right. But what I'm saying is, if you get what I'm saying is, I had faith before I even came into the truth. So now I'm in the truth. I'm keeping the laws. The faith goes hand in hand, because why would you keep the laws if you didn't have faith in the laws? That would be stupid.
That's the spirit. The spirit told me to read Romans chapter 4. If you want to grab Romans 4. So Paul actually went to that. Because was it by the law that Abraham was promised?
that's the spirit. We just went through that.
Or was it by faith?
White devil coming through.
It was the faith that he had in the Most High.
Welcome to your kingdom.
What was that for? Chapter 4?
Chapter 4.
And hold that Sirach.
What about Hebrews 7 and Hebrews 10 though? Hebrews 10 tells you exactly what law he got rid of, which was the law of sacrifice.
Well, the Bible contradicts itself, and like
Exactly.
Yahushua said, he did not come to destroy the law or the prophets. He came to fulfill.
Exactly.
So there's no law that's been done away with, and really the only law, if you think about it, that's been done away with is the law of sacrifice.
Right.
But that's not done away with. It's
Because
just the
there
way
is
that
a
we did that.
sacrifice.
It was Yahushua when he went up on that cross. And
Exactly.
we have to present our bodies as a living sacrifice. Because like it said back in the day, when you committed sin, you have to give a burnt offering and a sin offering.
Okay, so the faith is that, first of all, that Yahushua was sacrificed for our sins. We have to have that faith that happened, right? Okay, so once we have that faith that happened, he tells us to keep the law, why would we keep the law if we didn't believe that, if we didn't have faith that he died for our sins? That it all ties into itself. You know what I'm
So the
saying?
thing is, man-
It all ties into one.
All right, so I can attest.
Do you understand what I'm saying,
I
bro?
get you, but look, the reason Yahushua came is to give us forgiveness of sin, right?
Right.
To bring us back to the Most High.
Yeah.
Right.
Because in the old days, if you commit adultery, what would happen?
There was
put
no
to death.
sacrifice for that sin. You
put
both
to death,
died. Right.
So you have committed adultery
I
in the
have.
past?
I have.
So you're supposed to be put to death, right?
I'm supposed to be put to death.
According to the law, right?
According to the law.
Are you dead?
No.
Why? Because Yahushua came and had mercy from that sin, man. You know what I'm saying? That was the sacrifice to
Right.
cover all. You know what I'm saying?
That's the type of faith that it's talking about when you're dealing with the law, is the faith that you're justified.
Like, we ain't telling you to go out here and commit adultery or none of that shit. No, that's wickedness.
Right.
We're not telling you to do that, but we know we can't keep the laws perfect, man. No matter what.
So for those past things we've
Like,
done,
we supposed to be
all
there
right,
now.
for and for the things that we continue to not be able to hold perfect, that's what we have faith. We have faith that even though we deserve death,
Because you know
we're part of the elect.
you're supposed to be cut off if you can't keep the Sabbath right?
Right.
You're supposed to-
Yep.
you're supposed
Now
to be
you
cut
now
off.
let's get into that. Now that you said that, brother, go ahead. I can grab that scepter.
This is
Because I've been on my toes for this one. Because even the 1611, it has the lunar moon cycle in the beginning of it. Because the calendar, the Hebrew calendar that you have at your house, that Constantine defiled it.
Right.
So that ain't the calendar we go off of. You're following the same calendar that the people in Israel today are. Go ahead, brother. So the Most High, man, you got to think, the creator of everything. He's gonna give us a calendar, man. What did he give us for a calendar? For a declaration of the times is the moon. That's why when you get any calendar, almost any calendar, it shows the moon cycle.
The moon cycle.
Because that's what dictates the original calendar. All right. What happens is, go ahead and read it, brother. We'll break it down as we go.
This is out of the book Sirach 43 and 6. He made the
I
moon
want you to break down the moon phases and stuff.
also to serve in her season for a declaration of times.
Right. So stop him there.
And then that word, the word month.
What was
goes
that?
back to
46
moon.
and 16.
So yeah, he's
Oh,
literally
fuck.
declaring the moon as a measurement of time.
Hey, we'll call that out one more time.
This is out of the book of Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 43 and 6.
3.
This is Sirach 43 and 6.
He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world.
So the moon is also it's a light in the night sky,
Right.
but it's also used as a declaration of time, like it says, to know the seasons and the signs of the times.
Yep.
Because it also shows you with the blood moons that we've been seeing occurring lately, along with solar eclipses. The moon is involved in all that.
Right.
Verse 7.
That's like but you go into that word moon, it literally means month.
Right.
That's what it means. Moon is month. You know?
So that's why we celebrate the new moon, the new month.
Yep.
And that's what brings in the new month.
That's right. That's what the Sabbath.
And that's what declares a new Sabbath.
So what the way the moon phases go, I actually have an app. Oh, it's on the phone we're recording on. But the way the moon phases go is it starts off with the smallest, the new moon, and it works its way after about 2 weeks. It turns into a full moon. All right. And then after about 2 more weeks, then it decreases all the way down to nothing. And when it's a new moon again, when it starts as a new moon, a tiny one, and starts working its way up, that's the beginning of the month. So the month is declared off of the moon, and that's the. So it's not the calendar that Constantine gave us, but it's the calendar that the Most High gave us. So what you have, so it changes by a day every time you have the new moon, because you have the feast of the new moon, which is also declared a Sabbath day according to the scriptures, according to the law. So then you have what's called a double Sabbath. No work for 2 days, and then that Sabbath falls on that week. Every week it falls on when the new moon landed.
For that month.
Yep.
is verse 7.
From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection.
So see, that's where we differ, because it says a light that decreaseth in her perfection. That means it starts out as a full moon and then goes down to the sliver. That's what it sounds like.
And when it goes to the slivers, the new moon is that new month.
The brother just commented. He said it goes new moon, quarter moon, half moon, full moon, half moon, quarter moon, new moon. So that's how it goes throughout the month.
And when it goes to that new moon, that's how you know it's a new month. And now, now that we're telling you this, pay attention to the days. Watch the moon that we're going off of. It doesn't go with the moon. You know what I'm saying? The calendar that we're going off is an off calendar because Esau has times.
Right. It's the Gregorian calendar. We don't go by the Gregorian calendar. We go by the Hebrew calendar.
Yeah, which Constantine defiled.
Yeah.
Constantine defiled that one.
So you're saying that the Hebrew calendar is defiled too?
Yes, the Hebrew calendar is off.
When was the Hebrews in the wilderness walking around with the calendars?
They were going off the moon.
They were going off the moon.
Keep going, brother. Verse 8.
Yeah, go ahead. Verse 8.
The month is called after her name.
Right, the month is called after her name. Salaki, brother, go ahead. I'm not trying to step
And
in.
like the brother brought out, month is based off of the word moon. Month literally means moon.
Right.
And it's one of those things where everything is based off of the Bible. All cultures just have a thing, but they're all trying to be like Israel.
Right. They're all copying off of us.
Huh.
Increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven.
And the moon, like it says, is used to show the signs of the times. So the angels can use the moon, like the blood moon that we have, to show us that we're getting closer to the end. We haven't seen blood moons come in this close to frequency, and unless something big's about to happen, or the solar eclipse. Right before what was it, the destruction of 70 AD, they had a solar eclipse, or right before Nat Turner's revolt, a solar eclipse. He said, "I saw a sign in the heavens."
Right.
So the angels use the moon as well. Yahweh Shem Yahushua uses the moon as well to show us signs in the heavens.
Well, we pay attention to the signs, but we're not supposed to be.
They're not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Yeah, we're not supposed to be dismayed.
We're not supposed to be shocked and awe,
Isaiah
saying,
10.
It's a blood moon and we have to prepare this day, but it's something to show you that we're getting closer, we're getting nearer. Watch, be more diligent.
Or Jeremiah 10.
Yeah, because back in the ancient world, man, we had that moon broken down to a crisp, man.
Right.
There was a blood moon. We knew why. We knew what was happening. Yo, they said the most accurate calendar to date is the Aztec calendar. And isn't that the blessing of the Issachar? Is the being able to defer the signs of the times?
There was a matter of fact, I did a lesson on it about I had a dream about a peak. It just declared as salvation is coming, it is near. Just falling off to what the brothers were talking about.
Yeah, that's what y'all, with Christmas coming up, that's what y'all should be hitting on that Jeremiah 10 real hard.
Yo.
It's Jack doing all that.
Well, we go full circle. I mean, Christmas is unrighteous in itself, but this whole society is unrighteous.
Right.
Homosexuality is unrighteous. The name Jesus Christ is unrighteous. The dollar bill's unrighteous. All this shit is unrighteous. It's not just Christmas. We tackle it all. GMS is not just about picking and choosing what scripts we want to like. We taking the whole road with the sweet and the bitter. It's not of us. This is the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua right here.
Right.
that the end of that?
Go ahead, Malak. Call out Seps. Yeah.
If you want, grab that Romans 4:13.
It's out of the book, Romans 4, verse 13. For the promise that he should be the heir of the world.
And this is speaking of the promise of Abraham, the promise that Yahweh gave to Abraham for the faith that he showed.
It's not to Abraham or to his seed through the line.
So it wasn't by the law that Abraham was promised to get this great multitude amongst the earth,
but through the righteousness of faith.
but it was because of the faith that he had in Yahweh at the time. His faith was so pure, he was willing to kill his firstborn son because. And that's the faith that you have to show in this truth. It's not about keeping the law, keeping the law, keeping the law. Yes, we have to keep the law. That's a part of the faith. But you're not saved by the law. Abraham wasn't saved by the law. He wasn't circumcised when he was given the promise. He was circumcised after, showing his faith through the circumcision.
Verse 14. For if they which are of the law be
Hearers, right? Hearers or heirs?
Heirs.
heirs, faith is made void.
So if this was of the law, if we could keep the law perfectly, then what would be the point of having faith and the sacrifice of Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushua, of Yahweh Shah going up on that cross? And if we could keep the law perfectly, if we never went off, well, why would we need to have faith that we needed someone, his only begotten son, to come down to save us?
That's like one of the arguments said on the comment board, man. The law is not a faith, man.
God.
You know, the law is not a faith. Because you keeping the law, you're like, all right, I'm good. I'm good, you know what I'm saying? But now we gotta have faith. We're like, damn, you know, we hope and pray that we're a part of that number, you know?
Bywords that Iuic does call us is faith-based Israelites. You might have heard it before. They call us faith-based Israelites. They just call us Bubblites too.
It's a whole chapter dedicated to faith, man. You know, all our forefathers, Abraham, Moses, from Abraham on down, man. All the men in Yahweh Shah had faith, you know. That's why the Most High called Abraham his friend, man, because he was willing to sacrifice Isaac with no questions asked. He was like, okay,
That's what you're asking. I believe that it's right for me.
Yep.
You said you promised me I'm gonna have a great multitude come out of my seed. I can give up my son for that because he's gonna come right back, and that shows you that Abraham had faith in reincarnation. He knew about they knew about reincarnation back then, but that's another topic.
I'm gonna start back up on 14 again.
For if they which are of the law be heirs, faith is made void, and the promise made of none effect. Because the law worketh wrath.
So like the brother said, have you committed adultery, or have you lusted after another man's wife? Have you had a wicked thought? Have you committed sin? Yes, sin worthy of death. We've all committed sin worthy of death, according to the law. The law works wrath.
Right.
Because there's no room for error in the law. It's you keep the law or you don't. It's not. I'm kind of keeping the law, so I'm getting tired. It's let your yay be yay, let your nay be nay. Either you're doing it or you're not doing it.
But you gotta think, man. This law we breaking right now, we don't even know.
God, working on the Sabbath, or wearing mixed fabric. There's laws we can't control, but there's laws that we can control. Keeping your beard, keeping the name, not eating pork, not committing adultery. There's certain things that we can keep. That's why we're not saved by the law, but the law is a part of our faith.
This is 1 Peter 3:18. For Mashiach also hath once suffered for sinners, the just for the unjust, that he might bring us to the heavenly Father, being put to death in the flesh, but quickened by the Spirit, by which also he went and preached unto the spirits in prison. And going on to the precept in Romans 9 and 22, it says, what if Yahweh, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, and that he might make known his riches, the riches of his glory, on the vessels of mercy, which he hath before prepared for glory.
Wow.
Showing you, man, he prepared them aforetime for glory. He just simply chooses who he wants to be delivered for mercy and who he wants to be destroyed. So it don't matter what you do, man. It's up to Yahweh. He chose his elect, and that's the end all be all.
What does elect mean? Chosen.
That's why they tell you. That's why that you have the time of year which is the elections. You got elect.
You have to choose a president.
Donald Trump. What does that mean? Choose Donald Trump. So the elect, man, they've been chosen from the foundation of the earth. Let me go ahead and grab one more precept before you keep going on that. Because the elect, man, they've been sealed from the foundation of the earth. I want to break this down a lot. This is Ephesians 1 and verse 4. According as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world.
So according to the election of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua, before any of this even started, before all this was created,
it says that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us unto the adoption of the children by Hamashiach Yahushai to himself according to the good pleasure of his will.
and that goes back to it's in Romans, I think it's 8 or 9, where it says that it's not of works or of faith, but
good. I ain't no good too.
Yeah, I mean,
Says this is St. John 17 and 1. These words spake Yahushai and lift up his eyes to heaven and said, Father, the hour is come. Glorify thy Son, that thy Son also may glorify thee. You know, we understand that, we got to go through the same things as Yahushai did, man. And going through putting forth that glory to the Most High, we may be given that glory, once the kingdom of heaven.
So I'll put out a little disclaimer. I'll take my stuff that, I'm sitting here trying to learn with y'all and be like, hey, see, Iuic, they don't even teach this brother, blah, blah.
to them about it, and they're just analyze their spirit and how they act when you tell them about this tonight.
Right.
And let that tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Right.
Brothers are normally humble. They come and try to, they do a lot of
We ran
edifying.
into them a few times out here.
Yeah, they do a lot of edifying.
I ran into them twice, but one of the times they came up humble, and one of the times they were just handing out flyers and they left the scene and we started talking to them. So that was our times we ran into IUIC over here in Denver. I know they usually get down in Aurora, from what I hear.
I don't know. I haven't been out here. So.
See, that's the thing, man. We can't forget. A brother comes out here today and wants to be part of the camp. Hey, that's fine. He's not going to be on the line right away, but he's going to be coming to camp, and he's going to prove that he's coming to camp. He's going to come to camp every week, and he's going to try to meet up with us throughout the week. Okay, so there ain't no. This is our job, man. He's coming out. What did it say? Romans 12 and the first verse. It said, "Go ahead and grab it again, brother. This is our reasonable sacrifice. This is our reasonable thing to do."
The thing is, man, you out here in this cold. Man, you could have came up, talked some shit and left like other Jays do. But you here, man, you got the scriptures out. You asking questions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Sincere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like the brothers was just reading, it wasn't your will to come up here and stop. It was the will of the Most High that you came up here and stopped and stayed when you did.
Right, because I'm all about hunger for the word,
See?
man. I don't care about
See?
trying to show off in front of nobody or nothing like that.
That's all it's about, man. Doing the work of the Most High.
It's, Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh,
Right, by the mercies of Yahweh. What are those mercies? He gave us Yahweh Shai as that sacrifice. We just all deserve death, but we got that sacrifice. Now we're able to be reborn. Now we're able to be in the newness of life. We're able to renew our mind day by day. We're able to pray. We're able to know His name. You know how beautiful that is that we can call the Most High on His name. We were in the world, but yet people do use an excuse that we were in the world speaking a whatever tongue to not know His name. But the beauty is we're into the light now. We know the name now. We know the breakdowns now.
And you got brothers that speak different languages saying that same name.
Yep, that's right.
Showing you that name is universal.
Yep, there's a brother in Germany.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Romania, wherever Romania is. You know, I'm pretty sure it's over there on the east.
East Europe.
Yeah.
Brothers in Suriname.
Yep.
Go ahead, man.
that ye present your bodies as bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable to Yahweh, which is your reasonable service.
There you go, man. That's our reasonable service to be out here presenting our bodies as a living sacrifice, man. We've been through a lot of persecution out here. We'll continue to do so, man. And if need be that we die out here,
So be it.
there is no greater thing to die for than for the Most High. You got Jake's dying out here day by taking heroin overdoses, man.
Over a fucking street that don't belong to them.
Well, see, I know for a fact that IUIC brothers be getting persecuted as well. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is there's going to be heresies and there's going to be things that we don't see eye to eye on.
And well, at the end of the day,
we're all working towards the same goal.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. But it don't matter what we see eye to eye, man. We see what the scriptures say.
Right.
So if you have a claim and the scriptures back it up, then we're with you 100%.
Right.
But if the scriptures don't
add up.
Yeah,
Right.
we throw our emotions out the door, man, out the window.
Right.
As much as I would like to go have a burger down the street with you, man, you know that we deal with the scriptures.
Well, that's why you said that's why you didn't see me coming up here cussing nobody out and getting all in my feelings, because I'm just here to learn what the Most High has.
Yeah,
For us. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to prove nothing. I ain't trying to be more than what I am. I'm trying to be right in the scriptures. That's it.
We call that unity here. We call it unity. That's what we call it. If we don't come to a conclusion here on these scriptures, man, then at the end of the day, we're out here for the elect.
Right.
Yeah, you get people out here all day long that just can't get it, man. So we just say, go down the street, go about your business. We cast the net, and you were an unclean fish. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying this to you, but I'm just saying, you know, that's the case.
In general, yes.
Yep.
Hey, I gotta go down to the store real quick before they close. I'll be back though. Hey, with Lord willing.
Hey, we appreciated talking to you, man. Yeah, truly. Thank you. How about Shimmy Al-Shai? Lead you the right way, man.
Exactly. At the end of the day, that's what I want and need, bro.
And 50 Park, hey, you can look us up too, GMS Denver. We all got our own side channels too on YouTube. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you type in GMS Denver. You got any comment? You want to talk to them and they tell you something that just you want to ask us about? Go ahead and comment, and I'll see you on there.
Okay. Ariel Sarat, bro.
Ariel Sarat. I remember Sarat.
Yeah, Sarat. You see what I'm saying? I got my brown jacket on with the fringe hanging on my brown like that. So you'll catch me. Cause I'll be on YouTube getting them scriptures whenever I can.
Check up that GMS and see if Most High lets it sit right with you.
Yeah, my son brought the truth to me. He was with he started out with GOCC.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, that's the spirit. I got somebody at my work that is in GOCC.
So the guy that he was with I didn't really see eye to eye with him, so I didn't stay. I went searching in the street and I came across IUIC. my spirit is just fed and edified. So that's where I've been. So who am I?
Say, right? You saying to him that willeth or to him that runneth. The Most High, man. If you remember the elect, you're gonna receive it. Go ahead. Who's next?
That's the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 35. Cast not away, therefore, your confidence, which hath great reason, recompense of reward.
Yeah. Confidence, man. A lot of the times we cause our own downfall to happen because of where our head is at, man. You got to stay confident that sacrifice does cover you, man. That you are going to endure. You are going to make it for the long haul. Your name is written in the book of life.
For ye have need of patience, that after ye have of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, ye might receive the promise.
That's right, man. You need patience. You got to stay patient that we might receive that promise, man. Yeah, see, this thing is the thing about patience. You're going to suffer alone. You got the brotherhood, man. But eventually, we're all gonna suffer by ourselves, man. Eventually, we're gonna be on our own, man. All we have in this place is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man.
That's right.
At the end of the day, that's all you have. And that's what you gotta realize, man. It ain't your fucking woman, no matter how bad you think she's ride or die.
Man, fuck that.
All right, and we have the brotherhood right now. But who knows where we're gonna be, man, when Jacob's trouble comes, man.
And look at Job. He thought he had a righteous woman.
Yep. That's right.
She started talking shit.
So your brothers got to get that instilled in your mind, man. That it's you and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Because that, at the end of the day, that's what it is, man. We're going to be tried, and that's when we got to seek patience, man. We got to seek endurance. Because if we really are the elect, man, we're going to endure through it. And don't cast off your confidence and act like you ain't the elect because you're going through some shit, man. All right, hold on to that confidence. Because the elect are going to believe the kingdom into salvation, man. I had a dream about it, man. It was beautiful. A street full of brothers up and down the street, all looking to one direction, which probably was the east, and you could feel the spiritual power growing, man. The faith growing to the point where you couldn't even contain it. I was making screaming noises in my sleep, and you know what woke me up out of that sleep was my woman, man. Woke me up because she said I was making some crazy noises. But it was a beautiful dream, man. And the elect, man, the faith is the key component. The faith is the key component. Because what caused you to even believe or follow the laws in the first place was the faith, man. Then you want to cast that faith off and that confidence off just only for the law. And that's why, the dude kept going back to the law. Brother was just seeking the truth, man. But the IUIC, all they bashed on you was the law, man. All they bashed on you was the law. Where's the prophecies, man? All you go out there and talk about Jacob is stronger than Esau. 12 tribes. Yeah, and that's part of it, man, but deeper than the law and the 12 tribes.
This is out of Luke. This is out of Luke 17:5. And the apostle said unto the Most High, increase our faith. Like Brother was talking about, That's one thing that that's gonna keep you going, going through it, we're gonna go through some ups and downs and everything, but just get back up, keep looking forward, man.
And that's something we gotta be praying for, man. It's for our faith to be increased. Just like they were saying, the Most High increase our faith. So that should be a day-to-day prayer. Cause that faith to continue to grow within me and the brotherhood.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Let's go. Back in Hebrews chapter 10, verse 37, for yet a little while, and he that shall come will come, and will not tarry. Now the just shall live by faith.
Point blank here. The just shall live by what? Fringes?
Now the just shall live by faith.
Rap videos that have breakdowns in it?
By faith.
By faith, man. The just shall live by faith.
But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him.
That's right, man. If any man draw back, what's an example of that drawing back?
Going back to the world, man.
I miss rapping, man. I used to like to smoke my blunts and rap with the homies.
I can spit those bars,
Let's bring the bars into the truth. Superfluous, man, as Apostle Gabar says. Superfluid, man. Got a bunch of superfluid Israelites out there, man. And our job is to guide the elect into righteousness. Okay? You might have individuals that are caught up into their foolishness, caught up into their folly. You saw the dude, man. What did he do? Jumped back up on his scooter, threw his boombox on and played some Hebrew Israelite rap, bumping down the street, man. Turning heads. Oh, man. Who that nigga over there?
Who exactly?
You hear that bass? Oh, man. Walking up to it. What's up, nigga? What's up, brother?
Yeah.
We ain't trying to get no what's up, nigga, or brother out here. If you ain't our brother, man.
But we are not
Especially no niggas.
But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, but of them that believe to the saying of the soul. I'm going to continue this. Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Right. Things hoped for, not the evidence of things that are seen. Okay? So we're hoping for the kingdom. We're hoping to be perfect in the law. But it's something that's not seen. We're gonna see nobody walking perfect in the law today. Come on, man.
No fucking way.
Talking about his elders or the elect.
Counsel of the fucking wicked. That's what it is.
And if his elders were the elect, then this script would apply to them. For by it the elders obtain a good report. So if his elders are the elect, why are they preaching the law, the law, the law, the law, the law?
They understand we're faith-based Israelites.
But if they don't have that the Most High doesn't have a Hebrew name.
Yeah, you have, and that's what I told him, man. You have the audacity to give yourself a Hebrew name.
And you know what?
We don't know the Hebrew, so we can't call him by the Hebrew, but I'm going to have a Hebrew name.
He was like, yeah, we're going to get it when we get to the kingdom. You damn right. When you feel that fucking missile, it come back going in the kingdom. You going to have the name.
That's the first thing you're going to get. It's going to be blessed Yahweh Shemi, Barak Atah Yahweh Shemi Shai. This baby is born into this kingdom.
That's some like some dumb shit Nate doing, man. Oh yeah, we're gonna get the name of the kingdom because you're gonna fucking down this side.
You up for death.
You gonna feel that fire first.
Hey, that's a 2/3 prophecy. Man. That's a 2/3 prophesying about themselves because they are gonna get that. That's just
a click. Cause like we'll get it when we get to the kingdom. Yeah, after you die.
Yeah.
Shit.
Can I get the
Some of them aren't gonna get it till they get to the kingdom.
Since you brought that out, can I get this Hosea 4 and 6? This is the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. It says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Rats running down the street.
I was like,
dirty ass shit, man.
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
And he brought that out too, saying we didn't have knowledge. But you think the damn Sabbath is on Monday through Friday. I mean, Saturday, Sunday.
Or you think we're not going to have a time of tribulation before the missiles? The missiles, that's the tribulation.
Oh, he said the mark of the beast is a handshake with Esau. But we lack an understanding.
Well, what is a handshake? A handshake is an agreement.
Well, everything you brought out, man, was proved with the scriptures. Everything you brought out was proved. Or everything we brought out was proved with the scriptures, and everything he brought out that wasn't right, man, was disproved. You can't. There ain't no coming against the scripture, man. The scripture's pure. The words here are pure.
And like the brother said, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children.
That's right. So we forgot the law of our power. We forgot Yahweh Shai. So what did he do? He forgot our children. He forgot the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, and that's why this goddamn God-forsaken cracker has risen to the power seat that he's in, man. So the Most High is going to destroy him, man. Go ahead, brother, and jump after you read that 6. Go ahead and jump to the 3rd chapter.
This is Hosea 3:1. Then said Yahweh unto me, go yet, love a woman beloved of her friend.
That's right. So this is what the Most High is telling Hosea. Go love a woman beloved of her friend. Go ahead.
Yet an adulteress.
An adulteress. Go love an adulteress. Go ahead.
According to the love of Yahweh toward the children of Israel.
Woo. See how I feel.
Man, this is
So I want you to know how I feel.
See how I feel. This woman that you love out here fucking around on you.
Just like you've been fucking around on me.
Con.
You want to go out in the world, you want to follow after these other doctrines. You want to call the Most High yo play yogurt.
Con. Now you see how I feel. That's why we in the situation we're in now, man. Most High bust our ass.
I know damn well I go home tonight,
Boy.
my woman calls me some Robert.
Who the fuck is Robert?
I'll go to jail.
Yeah, I'll go to jail today.
Hey. Shit will not end pretty tonight.
Yeah.
Just like the Most High. You want to go ahead and call the Most High Jesus when that destruction comes. When you got a stormtrooper at your door, busting it out. Go ahead and call him Yeshua. See what happens.
Most High Christ bless.
Well, yeah, Most High Christ bless. Get these stormtroopers out of my house.
You gonna open fire on your ass.
It says, who look to other gods and love flagons of wine.
That's right, man. Look to other gods, and this is so Jake right here, and love flagons of wine, man. Jake would rather climb after the bottle than for the true remedy, which is Yahweh Shai Hamashiach.
Tell us we don't know what the fuck we talking about. Because the Most High, he talked to a man personally. Y'all on the fucking face-to-face basis with the Most High, you know. Y'all that important. You know.
So I bought her to me for 15 pieces of silver and for an homer of barley.
That's right, man. This is the Most High is comparing Jake. Saying he bought Jake for 15 pieces of silver and a homer of barley.
Cheap ass
And a half homer of barley.
Not even an expensive home, man.
A cheap ass.
Like, she was cheap.
You cheap ass bitch. You don't do me like this, you know what I'm saying?
Snaggletooth, man.
You snaggletooth
Most High
ass
calling
bitch.
it how it is, man.
Huh.
You ain't shit without Yahweh Bashim Yahweh.
Come, man. We some dusty ass bitches.
And you want to act like you can get up and be perfect and follow the law of the kingdom. It just don't happen that way, man. We just ain't pure enough, man.
If that's the case, we wouldn't be in the situation we in now.
Yep.
Come on, man.
And I said unto her, thou shalt abide for me many days. Thou shalt not play the harlot, and thou shalt not be for another man. So will I also be for thee.
That's right, man. So the beauty of it is the gospel, man. That's right, man. He is a Negro, and he's coming to destroy you goddamn crackers, man.
That's right.
He's so he's gonna have that mercy upon him, man. He's gonna have that mercy. Though they whitewash these images, walking down with Jesus is a Negro. Who would say that? The Most High has mercy upon his elect, man. And that's what that sacrifice is for. That's why we have that faith, man. Because we truly believe in these things. We truly believe that there was that sacrifice of the Messiah who did not look like this man. All right. Go ahead.
For the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king and without a prince.
That's right. The children of Israel shall abide many days with no king and no. We don't got no king, man. We don't got no prince. We've been following who? The so-called white man. That's who our king and prince has been, man. And look where he's gotten us. He's destroyed the planet Earth. And they want to turn around and point the finger at the human race.
What is really
It's
the
you.
Edomites?
Yeah, it's those who are in power, man.
That's about mankind.
It's the Edomite race.
You know, Jake think Jay-Z, they king. That's why you got Jake always trying to do music. Following after Jay-Z. But you don't understand, you got to fucking sell your soul to get that high, man.
That's right, man.
With no remorse.
That's why they're always all bugged out, man, when they get to reach that top limit. All these famous actors, man.
Just got robbed by 10 old dudes. Yeah, just a urinal. Getting pissed and shit on. And without a sacrifice, and without an image, and without an ephod, and without teraphim.
That's right, man. We didn't have no sacrifice, no image, no ephah, nothing, man. Nothing. No thummim. All right. The Most High completely stripped everything from us, man. Even our king. But what did he do? He had mercy, man. Go ahead, brother.
Afterwards shall the children of Israel return.
That's right. Afterwards shall the children of Israel return. When? When are they going to return?
Afterwards shall the children of Israel return and seek Yahweh their power, and David their king, and shall fear Yahweh.
Yahweh their power, the Most High, and David our king, Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, and shall fear the Most High Yahweh. All right, because we know that judgment's coming, man. We fear Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Blood is going to be up to the horse's bridle, man. Life as you know it is about to be out, man. Go ahead, bro.
And his goodness in the latter days.
And his goodness, when?
In the latter days.
In the latter days, man.
Hey.
In the latter days, this truth would be unveiled, and his name would be revealed.
That's right.
Christ's been around since let's see what this sign says right here. 134 AD, man. The word Christ has been around.
And what the scripture say though? In the land of their captivity, they should remember themselves. You know? That's why we out here on the highways and byways, man. All through the spirit of power, how about Shem Yahushua?
Is that it on that, brother? Go ahead.
This out of the book, Ezekiel 11, verse 14. Again, the word of the Most High came unto me, saying, Son of man, thy brethren, even thy brethren, the men of thy kindred, and all the house of Israel, holy are they unto the inhabitants of Jerusalem have said, Get ye far from the Most High. Unto us is this land given in possession. Therefore, thus saith the Most High Power.
Yeah, read that again.
This is out of Ezekiel 11, verse 15. Son of man, thy brethren, even thy brethren, the men of thy kindred, and all the house of Israel, holy are they unto whom the inhabitants of Jerusalem have said, Get ye far from thee, far from the Most High. Unto us is this land given in possession. Therefore say, Thus saith the Most High Power, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them amongst the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary.
The Most High has cast the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American off. All right, cast them into the uttermost parts of the earth. Cast them over here into America, man, the second Babylon that's going to eat 200 million nuclear missiles according to the prophecies, man.
That's right.
Into the other nations, to have us looking like the so-called Chinese, have us looking like the so-called white men. You got Israelites scattered throughout all the nations right now that are waiting.
Them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come.
In their countries where they shall come, like the brother said. We just had a brother open up a camp in Germany. We got a camp in Suriname. We got a camp in Jamaica. And you don't see our elder apostles flying all around the world.
That's why they need a jet.
It's through the first off, it's through the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem Rakakadash. But his name is the sanctuary. When you call upon that name, it takes you back to the beginning, his power, to our power.
Going on, verse 17. Therefore say, Thus saith the Most High Power, I will even gather you from the people and assemble you out of the countries where ye have been scattered. And I will give you the land of Yasharallah, of Israel. And
It's out of the book of Revelation, chapter 7, verse 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands.
Right, man, the elect that were scattered all over the place. In white robes representing purity and palms representing victory. Palms in their hands. Go ahead.
And cried with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our power which sitteth upon the throne and unto the Lamb.
That's right, man. Our power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. to Yahweh which sitteth on the throne, and to the Lamb of Yahweh Shai, which sits on the right of the throne. Man. Go ahead.
And there's one more. The angels stood round about the throne and about the elders and the four beasts, and fell before the throne on their faces and worshipped Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai.
That's right, man. So just like the brother said, you're gonna know Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, man. You're gonna know those names, man. And you're gonna fear those names, and you're gonna be perfect, man. Go ahead, I'm gonna get right into that.
Verse 18 out of Ezekiel 11. And they shall come thither, and they shall take away all the detestable things thereof, and all the abominations thereof from thence, and I will give them one heart, and not one mind, and I will put a new.
So he's gonna give them one heart, man. He's gonna gather up all of Israel for salvation, and he's gonna give them one heart. All right, that's what we're gonna see eye to eye, man. We're talking about some kind of unity, man. No, we'll see eye to eye in the kingdom, man. And rather that's gonna be that your mind is renewed over here, or that your mind is destroyed and renewed in the kingdom. We will have unity, man, in the kingdom. We will see eye to eye in the kingdom. And that's the beauty, man. We're waiting for that day. Tired of looking at the 2/3 being 2/3.
These nasty ass fucking Edomites.
Yep. Oh man, especially you. Yeah, I can't wait till the 1,000 years is even up, man. Of course, I want to give you some judgment, man. But think about the beauty of waking up and smelling some air that an Edomite hasn't breathed.
I got some.
Hasn't tainted.
Verse 19. And I will give them one heart, and I will put a new spirit within you, and I will take.
That's right, man. A new spirit. Because the spirit of Babylon is within, man. What is it? It's December. The spirit of Christmas is all up in these 2/3, man. Go ahead, Doc.
And I will take the stony heart out of their flesh.
Right, the stony heart. What is that? That word heart goes back to mind. Okay? Hard-headedness.
That's hard-headed.
Jake, man. You're able to receive a damn thing because whatever you thought to be the truth,
That's what it is.
that's what it is to you. I was watching that Obey brand. I was watching
Documentary?
yeah, the documentary. You watched it?
Nah. I know what it's about, though.
Yeah, there was a part where the dude was talking and he started doing that Andre the Giant sticker and he was putting it all over New York. And he was like, yeah, he's like, I can't, yeah, I would be covering my nose too, man. You got Edomites walking around. You got he went and was putting these stickers up, and he's like, yeah, I heard a conversation. He's like, there was somebody walking by, some guy and his wife, and his wife was like, look, there's one of those stickers. And he was like, oh, it's a skateboarding brand. I'm pretty sure it's a skateboarding. He's like, actually, yeah, I know it's a skateboarding brand. And the dude's standing there listening because he's the one that put the sticker there, and that ain't what it means, you know. But it just shows you, man, how hard-headed people are, man. That's just what he thought to be the truth. So that's what he argued with the woman that's what it was.
The ignorance of this person.
You know, argue with somebody off of something you have no actual proof of, man. You have no knowledge of. All right.
I will take the stony heart out of their flesh, give them a new, them a heart of flesh, that they may walk in my statutes.
You're going to be perfect in that day. In that day, we'll be able to follow the law 100%. In that day, we could have fringes on all day long, man. All right? In that day, we are going to have multiple wives, because that's part of the law. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And that day, we're not going to be marching down the street pleading for equality.
Or having rap battles. Because everybody's going to know this one true pure song. Go ahead.
And keep my ordinances and do them, and they shall be my people, and I will be their power.
They shall be my people, and I will be their power. No longer are they going to be called Negroes, Latinos, or Native Americans. We're going to be called the 12 tribes of Israel, man. And we're going to live in our lands, and we're going to possess our possessors.
I got it for sure.
Go ahead.
It's Psalms 145. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth.
That's right. Sing aloud upon their beds, on the praises of the Most High in their mouth. Right? That don't mean go make a rap video and
Start
send
screaming.
it to everybody on YouTube.
Let the high be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand.
The high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand.
Look at shit. Look at shit.
That balance.
Fucking Jake, man. Ignorant ass niggas.
Get that.
I was like,
Ignorant ass niggas, man.
destroyed.
And that's the kind of shit that IUIC brings into the congregation, man.
Well, they Jake, right? We're trying to save all Israel, but that's what happens when you try to save all Israel.
This is who y'all trying to save. Psalm 149 and 7, to execute vengeance upon the heathen.
Right, to execute vengeance upon the heathen, man. Upon Moab, upon Ammon, upon Ham.
Ishmael.
We're gonna get Ham's bitch ass. We ain't forgot about you. Ishmael, and especially the chief devil, man. Esau, the so-called white man. Go ahead.
And punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron.
That's right, man. They're kings and nobles with fetters of iron, man.
That's like, I was gonna say, that's like that dream Elder Apostle Tahar's wife had, where Trump was chained up and had the men with the garments on the side of him, just holding him with the chains, and he was crying.
Hey, man, beautiful. And he ain't even a chief devil. You know who I want to get, man? I want to get these Edomites that be living lavishly. These Edomites that just been enjoying
and never had a fucking hard day in their fucking life.
He's
oh yeah, woke up with a silver spoon in their mouth.
I want to get that dirty ass queen of England, man. I want to get her. I want to get what's that new bitch Meghan Markle. She's gonna get it too, man.
Oh god.
You kings, man, you rulers of this world are gonna be put in fetters of iron, man. You're gonna be put into slavery, servitude. All right, it's only righteous, man. The so-called white man did it to us, so we're gonna do it to you.
That's right.
With your elites all the way on down to the simplest one, man. We're talking about your Trailer Joe. Your Trailer Joe's gonna get it too, man. Your blue-collar comedy, you're gonna get it too, man.
Yeah, them two-time losers.
Psalms 149 and 9, to execute upon them the judgment written.
That's right, man. To execute upon them the judgment written, not the judgment that we thought up, not the judgment that we thought to be okay. The judgment that's written, man. We deal with what's written, and what's written is that your pale ass is going to slavery, man.
That's right. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
That's right, man. This honor. This is an honor, man. Has all his saints. All of his saints are going to have this honor to take you into servitude, man. Praise ye Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
That's the book of Revelation 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
That's right, man. He that leadeth into captivity. Who's led nations of people into captivity?
Still doing it.
Why are all these wars against America?
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
There you go, man. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword, man. You reap what you sow. That it's coming to a full circle, man, where the so-called white man is going to pay for his crimes, and the rest of you heathen going to pay for yours.
That's a long list.
That's a very long list, man.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Right, that's the patience and the faith of the saints, man. Now we know these things to be true. We know that we're going to get the upper hand and be put back on top, man. We know that we ain't going to have to suffer for our line to continue to grow in this place, man. Let your kid walk down the street in fear of somebody molested, man. So that's the kind of stuff we got to deal with on a day-to-day basis out here, man. You got to worry about walking your dog next to the wrong Edomite, and he might try to take your dog's booty.
Dog going missing, like, what the fuck my dog at?
Or the Moabites might try to cook him.
Yep, or the Moabites might try to cook him up and serve him.
So that's good dog. Good dog. That's all I have.
Brother brothers got anything else?
You mind getting that scripture, Philippians 2.
Go ahead, brother. Jump on the line and pull it out.
Con, yeah.
It's all right. It's all right.
You want to stay?
Oh, there, look at mine.
You hear that? You see? Yeah. No, I thought that was the woman. Because that's the whole thing. Like, that's why they attach to the whole black dog. Like, this is a part of so-called black culture. But this is the spirit of Yahweh Shai that we're waking up to this truth. Now we're not trying to call ourselves by these Bibles that were given us.
Calling yourself dog. What kind of history do you have to call yourself a fool?
Oh man, it was funny. That's beautiful that you said that, because I remember I was talking to somebody about words and everything about that, and basically how people basically use those like little slang words like that, how they just like reiterated it in the context, you know? Yeah.
This place is coming to a swift end, man. That's why we got to stay in the time of trimming up the hedges, man. Just tightening up, grouping up together, staying in the spirit, man. Yahweh Shem Shai is getting ready to destroy these so-called the 2/3, right along with you so-called white folks, man.
I was about to give them the green light.
Yep. Good night. Hey, you have a good night too, man.
Thank you.
We'll be home soon.
Indeed.
You never know, that could be an angel.
This is out of Philippians 2:12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now.
God, as you have always obeyed, not only just in my presence, meaning you got a Israelite who only acts right when he's around a brother, but always, man, always dotting your I's and slashing your T's. All right, always examining yourself, man. Go ahead.
Like Elder Gabar always says, gut check, man. Yourself within that. It says,
but now much more in my absence.
What?
Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
Work out your own salvation in fear and trembling, because we're going to be suffered to be alone at times, man. And most likely we're going to suffer to be alone in Jacob's trouble. Me and the brothers were just talking about this on our way to camp, man. And just imagine how beautiful it's going to be, man. You have brothers, you're separated from all the brothers, man. Separated from the whole body, and suffering by yourself, man. Only you and Yahweh Shem Shai. And then being redeemed in a chariot and seeing your brothers in that chariot, man. Just imagine that joy. Just imagine that beauty, man. How much more of a triumph that'll be. Does that hit on that, brother? Brother's got anything else to add? So just prepare your mind, man. Prepare your mind for temptation, for endurance, for faith, for the long haul, man. And to be alone. You're going to be alone from time to time. We're all here right now, man. We're all here right now. Don't be afraid to talk to brothers. Try to talk to every brother once a week, man. Just to stay in the spirit, just to keep the spirit afloat. All right? And we're going to do so, man, until Shiloh comes. All right? Yeah. And with that, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Wadash. All right, double honors to the elders and the apostles, and peace, love, and salutations to the elect. All right, to the elect, the governing body rule over this universe, man. All the way down to the 1/3 women and children that are reserved for salvation at this time. All right? Shalom.
Shalom.